but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back into Infinity Broadcasting, and welcome in to the SIMRIGS V8 Veterans Season 28 finale from Mount Panorama. It's split 2 time, and it's down to this final round of the season. 9 points in it, championship on the line. Ford versus Chevrolet, Mustang versus Camaro. It's a one-on-one fight for the championship in the final round of the season as we look forward to go racing for 300 kilometres, 49 laps of Bathurst here at Mount Panorama. Hamish Munro here with you alongside Brett Fisher once again. And Brett, we come into tonight's event with an almighty championship charge for Mick Clifton and Stuart Hall. A lot of history to be made that we'll run through across the evening, of course, and one that we look forward to discussing across the night as well. Plenty of laps to do it here today, Brett. But first of all, how are you feeling? Are we pumped for the mountain? It's going to be exciting. A little bit of variable weather on board. It's hot out on track. It is getting cooler, but it is going. The mountain's going to be a factor today, and it may be a factor in determining the championship.
Well, happy Bathurst virtual evening day, whatever the hell it is. I don't know how to work around that one, but happy birthday day, happy Bathurst day. We are in for a treat tonight. I mean, with the championships on the line, it's been battling all throughout the season. It's, you know, like we've had highs, we've had lows, we've had tumbles, we've had falls. Thankfully, no broken hips. But tonight is going to be fantastic. 49 laps. Yeah.
Unbelievable, isn't it? It's unbelievable. It's been a wonderful road that we've taken to get to this point of the season as well. Of course, coming to this point of the season, not at Adelaide. Adelaide was last week. We're at the finale round tonight at Bathurst. I forgot to change the graphic. That's my fault. We ran through Bathurst at round 1, Mexico City then in round 2, through Tailem Bend at round 3 for the international layout, then into Winton for the sprint round, Phillip Island at round 5, to the GT layout of Shelby Power Motorsports Park at Tailem Bend, Oran Park, Sandown, Adelaide last week. Then tonight we're racing at Bathurst once again. It's been an incredible season thus far. Looking at our point standings leading into tonight's event, of course, it's a 2-horse race. Stuart Hall, Mick Clifton. There are mathematical possibilities for drivers to win in behind them, but they would take excruciating circumstances or extensive circumstances for them to do it. Can you win? Unfortunately, no, Brett. But those who were close enough to win are either not here or it would take an almighty effort for them to win. So Chad Weiger, Scott McKenzie, Simon Hedersheed. I don't believe Scott McKenzie's in the field. I know Chad Weiger and Simon Hedersheed are not. So that one is pretty much gone out the window. So it is a 2-horse race. It's a Camaro versus Mustang battle between Mick Clifton of Accelerate Sim Racing, Stuart Hall of Infinity Motorsport up in P1 and P2. And we'll talk about the history in a moment here. To run you through the rest of the field, of course, Paul Burns inside of the top 6. He looks to put himself inside the top 5 tonight. He'll guarantee himself top 5 if he just scores a little bit under 30 points. He will jump Simon Hedersheed in the standings. Darryl Callaghan, Andrew Galley, Andrew Listener in the battle of the Andrews amongst the top 10. Roy Clark as well, Chris Blanchard, Tony Chapman in behind them. Then we have Sim Koshki down the order. Of course, he's not racing today either. His season finished early. He's taking a step back next season. We'll look forward to seeing him return in season 30. Rick Feiger, Brett Taylor ahead of Abel Verben. There you are, Brett, in P17. You're about nearly 300 points away from the championship lead. So maybe if we ran 2 rounds... You never know. Maybe a points penalty or 2, you might get there. Scott...
The most important one about that, though, is Brett Taylor is in front of me at the moment. Not too happy about that. But anyway,
Battle of the Bretts to be contested. It is only 21 points between you both, so it's pretty close. Scott Weston in behind you, Joe Mahoney as well, to Wade Reynolds, Nathan Favero, Tim Mulford, Yusuf Corfita, Steve Arney for the top 24. Then we get back to James Baldwin, Darren Goosey, Ernie Toth ahead of Matt Day, who's making the move next season to a brand new team, as will a few other drivers too. We'll talk about that in a moment. Matt Monday in behind them, Scott McCune, Matthew Scholes, ahead of Hallel Cesar, Ben Brook, Peter Kelleher, Adrian Zill, Derek Lovegrove, David Duddle for the top 37. And then to our top 50, Mario Reale, Craig Miller, ahead of Michael Quain, Todd Duggan, Jeremy Bush, Darren Crosby ahead of Craig Friend, Travis Brand, Jamie Peters, Peter Baxter, Lorne Mackay, Stephen Grumley, and Joel Oosterwoldt, who's also making a move next season. The big important one out of all that, actually, of those moves that we're speaking about, 3 drivers who are making big moves next season: Matt Day, Joel Oosterwoldt, previously of 266 Sim Racing, and now, going into next season, currently, but soon to be previously of Southern Cross Racing, Andrew Listener, are all going to LMV Sim Racing that being Sean Vandermeulen and Dean Logsdale, and just the McLean's team, majority based up in Split 1, so now they've got some Split 2 drivers on board their team. That's going to be an interesting outfit for next season. One to keep an eye on as well. I've got all the information, Brett. Got my fingers in pies, you know, getting all the info.
Yep.
We'll talk about, though, where the current championship stand, or where the championship battle stands. Right, this is the title battle between Stuart Hall.
That's title battle.
Thank you. The title battle of Stuart Hall versus Mick Clifton. Top 3 finishes for Stuart this season in the first 9 rounds. Obviously, 2 race wins, one at Tailem Bend of the GT layout for round 6, and then he went back-to-back into Oran Park in round 7. Also took P2 for the round at Winton in round 4 as well. This is his first vet season was back in season 8 in Split 1 in that time. This is his 21st season in the V8 Veterans. This is his second appearance in Split 2. His last appearance was back in season 26, where he only took part in 1 race. So the fact he actually pre-qualified back up to Split 1 shows you the sort of pace that he has. He has 2 race wins to his name, 2 round wins as well, 12 podiums, 5 poles in total across his vets journey, and he sits on 1,235 points here this evening. Mick Clifton, P2 in the championship, 1,226. This has been a long journey for him to get here. His top 3 finishes of this season, well, he's had technically 3 race wins, 2 of which came at Winton in the sprint round in round 4, and the last one came last week at Adelaide in round 9. Oran Park, he took a 3rd place as well in round 7. Those are his 3 best of the season. His first vet season was back in season 17. This is his 10th season this season is his 12th season in vets. He spent his first 2 seasons in Split 3. This is his 10th season in Split 2. He's had 3 race wins, 2 round wins, 11 podiums, and 4 pole positions to his name as well. So very interesting how this is laid out there. But you know, Mick has had half the thank you. Mick has had half the history that Stuart has had, but he's had 5 times the amount of seasons in Split 2 of what Stuart's had. So that tells you the differential between them. Unbelievable. That this can come down to between those two. Let's talk about the quick history though for those teams, right? For Infinity Motorsport, we spoke about at the start of the season, this is an opportunity for them, which they missed out on last season, the opportunity for them to tie first place overall in most championships won in Veterans. This is the opportunity for their 6th championship this season. They have won the Split 2 championship in the last 2 even-numbered seasons. So in season 26, Shane Randall won Split 2. In season 24, Halil Cesar won Split 2. In season 28, going to be the same for Stuart Hall. Then you look back even further. They've won a championship 4 times in the Gen 3 era. This could be their 5th if they manage to do this here tonight, and it could be their 6th title overall, with one other championship in the Gen 2 era back in season 17 with Wayne Shepherd. To just talk you through for a second here, so off the free agents list after round 1, Stuart Hall joined Infinity Motorsport for round 2 and beyond as well. Throughout the season, ever since joining the team, he took his first race win, as well as his second win not too long after, and he could win his first championship for the team. As I said, this is becoming a pattern, Brett. Even-numbered seasons mean even-numbered splits being won. Split 4 was won back in season 22, Split 2 in season 24 and season 26 as well. They're on their 3rd Split 2 title in 5 seasons, which would be a historic moment for them. We'll put them in the history books too. We'll see what happens. For Accelerate Sim Racing, a team with a lot of history in vets, not as Accelerate Sim Racing, but even prior to that, when it was Taipan Esports before the split, they've had 3 championship wins across the last 3 seasons, with Wayne Walker locking out Split 1 this season in season 28. He makes it 3 in a row in Split 1 for season 28, 27 and 26. Then you got to go all the way back to the Taipan days before they did split up into Accelerate Sim Racing and EWR, to season 13 in Split 1, when Greg Favell won his 2nd championship and his first championship back in season 11 as well. So there's 5 titles for this team in all of its history, right? We're running the old football rules of this is the main team that grew away from Taipan, and the side team was EWR. This is important though. This is possibly their first Split 2 championship that they could win this season, which would be a very historic moment for them. Obviously the first championship that can be won for Mick Clifton as well. It is going to be absolutely exceptional. I can confirm as well, a massive pressure cooker is on. Unbelievable pressure cooker is on. We spoke about last week as well some team moves. Obviously we've already mentioned one tonight with Matt Day, Joel Oosterwald, Andrew Listener moving away from their team. So Andrew Listener leaving SCR, Matt Day and Joel Oosterwald finding a home at LMV Sim Racing with him too, as qualifying is just underway for some drivers out there. Remember, it was a one lap qualifying tonight, so we'll let them finish that up. The other big move leading into next season, we mentioned last week that I heard rumours that Todd Duggan had found a home, Brett. And then it was officially announced earlier this week, Todd Duggan has made the move to Infinity Motorsport for next season. So,
I wonder how you found that information out.
Oh, I wonder. My DMs were lighting up with information. The point I was going to make is that team now... So let's say Stewart wins tonight. That team now moves on to have... let me do the quick maths. So 1, 2, 3, 4... Five former champions in their team total across their... What would be 9 drivers, I believe. So, yeah, that's...
It's like collecting all high rollers.
Oh, some of us can't have 16 drivers in our team, Brett. Maybe we've got to go for a lower number, but of a trophy cabinet caliber, maybe. I don't know. But
yeah, we did talk about earlier how Shadow Racing's got a few guys coming back. Bruce McLeod, Ed Cullen, Simon Farrington. Yep. And Mark Dial is also coming back into the season as well. And we're going to have 16 drivers. So for the painter, holy crap, he's got some work to do.
That's exactly
anyway,
right.
Move on. But, I mean, tonight we're talking about Bathurst. The final around the crescendo of the season and 49 laps. It is going to be absolutely epic here tonight. I can't wait. It's a tough track at the best of times. Interesting seeing some of the some of the practice times. There was some fast guys. I struggled a fair bit on this track throughout the week. But it's going to be an interesting one. See where they all lay on after qualifying and see how it all rolls out. Hopefully we can get a couple of laps under the belt before we actually get any incidences and things like that. So hopefully we get a clean start here at Bathurst.
Well,
Away
we'll see.
You go, Hamish.
We'll see if we do. As for the front row of the grid of our starting grid today, Matt Scholes, former 2-time champion, will line up alongside one of the championship contenders in Stuart Hall for an all Camaro front row. A couple of things to run through tonight as well. We've got some retro liveries out there. It is retro round for veterans here today. So we'll run through those all throughout the race as well. To row 2 in behind them, we then have Abel Verben and Dave Arney alongside each other as well. No Mustangs in the top 4. No Mustangs in the top 6 make that. Michael Quay and Chris Blanchard starting alongside each other for the third row of the grid. To row 4, we finally get some Mustangs in Travis Brand and Nathan Favero, who burst their way forward after the one-lap attempt in qualifying. They've made it work for them to get inside of the top 8. To the top 10, Joe Mahoney will start alongside Andrew Galley. Notice a name missing outside of the top 10 there, Brett. No Mick Clifton starting inside of the 10. He's going to have work to do. We'll mention before the race start the work he needs to do tonight to win the championship. It'll be a conversation piece across tonight. Halil Cesar, he'll start at a P11 alongside Tony Chapman out of P12. P13, that's where we find Mick Clifton. It's a horror zone for him. He's starting right behind Stuart Hall's teammate, back outside of the top 10 with Scott Weston alongside him as well. Row 8, well, it only gets worse for him. James Boardman is tailing him. So the other teammate of Stuart Hall, it's going to be a 1v2 battle for Clifton to chase down his championship contender rival in Stuart Hall tonight. Paul Burns will start amongst them two out inside of the top 16. To row 9, we then find Todd Duggan and David Duddle starting alongside each other. Before we make it to the top 20, it's Ben Brook and Brett Taylor, the leader of the Battle of the Bretts at the moment. That's a good start position tonight for Brett out there in the GRM retro livery for EWT Racing. Not you, Brett. Darren Goosey, Yusuf Corfidis alongside each other in row 11. To row 12, it's Wade Reynolds and Roy Clark for the top 24. Row 13, it's Rick Viger and Jeremy Bush starting alongside each other as well. To row 14, we then find Darryl Callaghan and Peter Kelleher out there. To row 15 and the 30, we find Mario Reali and Ernie Toth starting alongside each other. Row 16 is then Derek Lovegrove in that beautiful Mark Larkin Mitre 10 retro. One of my favourites in the whole field, I will say. Andrew Lister with another variant of that GRM livery in the field as well. Seems to be a favourite of Split 2. Row 17, we then find Matt Monday in the Fishy Motorsports machine. Before we go behind the race controllers to find the likes of Adrian Zeal, Brett Fisher without setting a lap time in qualifying, and no one else to speak of in the field. So it's going to be a hotly contested run. To answer the question in the chat, what does LMP stand for? It's not LMP, it is LMV. It represents the first letter of the last names of the owners of the team, being Logsdale, McLean, and Vandermeulen. is what LMV stands for the team that those drivers are going to next season. The votes are in for the for who's going to win the championship today. Stuart Hall is the current favourite on 64% of the votes, 34% going the way of Mick Clifton as well. I wonder who I'll vote for. Let me check the graphic in Discord. Well, for those who've checked Discord may know who already won the championship by now. But those who haven't don't necessarily know. Cheating. So, that is cheating, Brett. And, that's...
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Don't spoil yourself of what could come for tonight's race. It's going to be a long race, though. The racing is going to be epic. That's okay, Brett. Racing is going to be epic nonetheless, and it's going to be a fun night on the road for us too. The warm-up session has about 60 seconds to go before we do get ourselves gridded up here today and started within this race as well. We know, of course, for the endurance mindset the drivers are going to have to bring tonight. We've seen it the last few weeks at Sandown and at Adelaide as well. Obviously going 50 kilometres further tonight, knowing that it's Bathurst. You've got to have it imprinted under your eyelids to take it careful on lap 1. Not just at turn 1 or turn 2, across the whole lap, I think. I mean, you've really got to be... The only time you really get to breathe on the first lap is by the time you get to Conrod. And even then, before you know it, you're down at the chase and having to tense back up again. So I think for those drivers who just have to take it easy today, right? Lap 1, turn 2, 3, 4, etc. What sort of mindset are they going to have to bring? Is it going to have to be that mindset of let's just take it careful on lap 1, or do you think we're going to see them maybe go balls to the wall early?
I don't know. I mean, look, Split 2 has, apart from the last round or so, where things got a bit chaotic, Split 2 has been fairly clean normally. So, guess as good as mine. I actually think we're going to have a half a decent sort of crack. I think we will. There's a bit of room there, in the turn 1. I think where it can get a bit hairy is as you get up to the cutting. I think the field can get very compressed there, and things happen. And then you've got, obviously, coming over the top of the mountain, coming down into the dipper. That can get a bit squirrely there, all that sort of stuff. So, we'll see. Hopefully we get away cleanly.
Well, we'll see if we do as we trickle our way on down to have a quick look at the circuit here today for Mount Panorama, of course. We're not too far away, about 2 to 3 hours away from Newcastle and Sydney. It's roughly an equal distance between both to get here to Bathurst. Not too far away from the town of Orange, of course, as we trickle our way on down to what feels like a permanent race course at this stage. It is, of course, a street circuit based on a country road out in country, New South Wales. It's all going to start on the main straight and the lead up towards Hell Corner at turn 1. The reason it's called Hell Corner is you're going to get the sun at the end of this race as it begins to set in front of you. So you got to be careful in your braking zone. Up Mountain Straight towards Griffin's Bend at turn 2. Good early passing opportunity. One you've got to be careful of that you don't get overzealous, because you could push the car out wide into the pedigree wall, or could even hurt yourself on the way through as well. Up towards the cutting at turn 3. Trying to get it up to 4th gear if you can, and as you turn the kink of 3 on the brakes, down to 2nd gear for turn number 4 to get it turned in nice and tightly and get as enough power as you can. Then up through turn 5, want to click up to 3rd as you just get over the little hump there on the run in towards the right-hander, up through Reed Park at turn 6 and 7 and towards Silman at 8 and 9. It's a fast-paced run where you're not wanting to lift nearly as much as where you would around other spots of the circuit. Then through turn 10 at McPhillamy and the lead up towards Brock Skyline at turn 11, where you'll begin the descent back down the mountain once again, and you'll start clicking down the gears from 5th to 4th to 3rd to 2nd as you enter the S's for turn 13 and 14 of the Dipper at 15, and then towards 16 and 17 you then enter at Forest Elbow at turn 18, where we've seen a lot of dramas happen over the years and could be a spot for more dramas here this evening. You'll exit out of there, get the exit you want. It's through turn 19 and down Conrod straight towards the fastest corner in Australian motorsports, the Chase at turn 20. So the braking zone as you go around the corner to turn 21 and 22. Got to try and get it pulled up for a 3rd gear or 2nd gear entry, depending on your preference. And the run around 21 and 22, and then it's to Murray's Corner at turn 23 to finish out the lap. It's a fast-paced lap of just over 2 minutes. A lot of high speed around here for 6.2 Ks, 3.8 miles, 23 turns. It was opened back in 1938 and runs in an anti-clockwise direction. It is a wonderful racing circuit to come to, Brett. Obviously a favourite of many and one to be prepared for today. You've got to take caution, and sometimes it's a track that will decide its victor, and it could decide our champion here today. There is the former 2-time champion Matt Scholes, driver of the 800 801 Sim Racing entry, running that old GRM paint scheme on board that car. He hasn't been here in a few weeks, but he's put the car straight on the pole, shows he's got pace and will be a challenger next season if he's able to run out the full season of season 29. His last championship win, well, that was in season 25, where he took his second title. And he is the only driver to win a championship in both the Gen 2 and Gen 3 era of V8 Veterans for Split 2. In behind him there, you see that is the championship leader in Stuart Hall in P2, who's going to have a little bit of work to do tonight, but does not need the race win. To talk you through what he needs to do to win the championship here this evening, well, pretty much he needs to try and just finish ahead of Mick Clifton today, Brett.
Yeah,
He'll win the championship.
Part
P2
one tick. He's
yeah,
in
part,
front of
part
Mick Clifton at the
one.
moment.
Yeah,
So,
part one
yeah.
tick. He's done all he needs to. P2 on the road today will guarantee him the championship because Mick Clifton could not get pole position and did not get the bonus point for pole position. It means that if Stuart finishes P2, he will win the title. Doesn't matter if Mick wins the race, he will win the championship. Or he needs to finish within 4 positions or less of Mick if Mick were to beat him on the road today. So that is what needs to happen. For Mick to win the championship, he's got to beat Stuart by 5 positions or more. That is off the podium, or win the race with Stuart P3 or below. That's what's on the line for them. That's what they've got to do to win the championship here today at Bathurst. Revs are going to rise.
Here we go.
And we'll prepare ourselves for 300 Ks, 49 laps of Mount Panorama as it's green flag, and it's a horrid start for Dave Arney. Out of the top 4 and already dropping back below the likes of Quain and Blanchard in behind. Good challenge from Abel Verban on to haul up towards turn 2. And as they run through turn 1 and up the mountain straight, Matt Skulls with a great getaway into the race lead already for the first lap of 49 here today. It was a cracking start from them. Horrible start for Halil Cesar, who's already dropped behind Mick Clifton. So there goes the one struggle that Clifton was going to start with, that being an Infinity Motorsport car right in front of him off the race start. He's already gotten past him.
Blanchard up 2 spots at the moment in 4th. He's made a great jump. Here we go into the cutting. All through there. Okay so far. So it was good to see a nice clean start there from everybody. At least that gets the race underway.
And we see Mick just trying to run in strong here as well. Obviously got his DJR retro on, the late 90s.
Cold tyres, 80 litres of fuel, so the car is not super duper heavy. Get those tyres up to pressure and temperature.
Not light though, Brett, and of course hot circuit today as well. If we think about the weather that's on offer for us, it's 24 degrees track temp at the moment, which is a good 5 degrees hotter than what we'd normally run. Qualifying was running 28 degrees centigrade, so qualifying that the track has cooled down, but a little bit of brake smoke there, or brake dust coming off one of the cars as they come down Conrod Straight for the first time. Matt Skulls, race lead. Stuart Hall P2. Abel Verban on the podium at this stage. But we've got a long, long way to go, Brett. We're only just about 6 kilometres into this thing. We've still got 294 to go.
Have a look. Skulls has pulled a little bit of a gap on Hall at the moment. So about a second and a half coming up too. Now, Abel Verban's not going to be shy about attacking Hall if he wants to, because to say, you know, he's just out there to run. He's out there to race. Hall's out there trying to protect the championship.
Well, of course, he doesn't need the race win. He'll be happy to let Skulls run away with things at this stage, knowing of where he's positioned in comparison to Mick Clifton, who is trapped at the moment outside of the top 10 behind Andrew Galley and pressured by Halil Cesar right in behind him. So the 5 Mustang putting the pressure now onto the 351 up towards turn 2. And this is probably one of 2 cars Mick did not want in his mirrors today.
And back again. So those cars were side by side going through turn 2.
They're still fighting for it as well.
Yeah,
it's all happening.
Sorted out now. Back to single file.
It's all.
Oh, Duddle's dropping.
He is indeed, and that's a moment down at the cutting.
Here we go.
Yep, it's all gone on. Duddle and Rick Viger, I think's gone around as well. He has. So Rick Viger's gone around.
Oh, heavy damage on the front of that car.
Yep. fast repair is going to get used here for sure. They're moving, which means no safety car. Oh, Matt Monday barely avoided. I think he may have actually started further down the order tonight, possibly from pit lane, because he barely avoided that car.
Yeah.
He is going again, which is good to see.
Now, I have had word from the team that Duddle accidentally hit the shifter and went down into first gear through the cuttings. So that's what happened in there. It just a unfortunate touch of the gear shift and shoved him into first gear, which spun him around there.
We can see how well they're doing towards the chase. Matt Skulls with a good race lead to this stage. And you can see that everyone is just trying to push on forward now. And Clifton is trying to fight his way up the order and get inside the top 10 here. Brady's just unable to get up and past Andrew Galley to this stage. And once again, feeling the pressure.
The damage on that car that went, I saw, who was that?
Was it Brand? Or was it Favero with the damage?
Brand. Yeah, it is Brand. Left hand damage. Left hand front.
So I wonder if that comes from
straight on.
It will. I wonder if that actually comes from contact between Brand and Favero, or if Brand's actually clipped the wall.
Yeah.
Interesting to figure that one out.
Maybe we'll see in the highlight.
Maybe we will.
If there is highlights.
There should be. I forgot to download the highlights logo, but I can surely get it at some stage today.
Oh, that's right. We'll work it out. Lap 3 of 49 here at Bathurst for the championship finale.
And to think about as well.
Figure in pit lane.
Yeah, he is in pit lane. Speaking of fuel strategy here today, is Ernie Toth is already out of the race, by the way, after some internet issues. Speaking about your fuel strategy for today as well. Critical laps on until lap 22. Now, you'll recall the last time we were here, a lot of drivers pit before lap 5 because the critical lap was a lot earlier last time. We're only doing 150 Ks. It's actually now, critical's actually past the fuel limitations of the early tank. You can only get to around about lap 16 or 17 here today for the early tank run. So we shouldn't see any early pit stoppers because drivers will then only be risking hurting their tyres the earlier they come in. I think we're only going to see drivers come in inside the first 10 laps here, Brett, either to fix damage or if a safety car's called. I don't think we're going to see one under a strategy call here today. Ultimately, if you're in the position of Hall or Skulls or Verben, you're running the tank dry on this first run. You're not coming in early. You don't want to hurt your track position by actually getting trapped behind lap traffic. And it's important now as well, actually, for Mick Clifton. This first stop is probably the most crucial of his whole race. I think he needs to try and underfuel this car a little bit just to gain some track position and use his speed to keep this car towards front. Yeah, if he puts himself back with a heavy fuel load, I think this championship may be over and done with before the second stop's even been attempted.
Before the fat lady has sung, so to speak.
Well, we know that it's a race of attrition. We know it's a long race. Anything can happen, of course. I'm thinking of it from the statistical mindset of, are you putting yourself in a race-winning position? And I think the percentage of him winning would go down if he did that. It's already down because of where he is on the circuit. I mean, he's 9 positions behind Hall. He's giving up 18 points at the moment to Hall. Remembering, he needs to gain 9. So he's actually giving up twice as many points as what he needs to gain on him. He's not doing what he needs to right now. And as I said, he needs to try and gain time. I think if anyone's going to pit in the first 10 laps to maybe to get track position, it should be Mick. Because he kind of needs to roll the dice today. I think he rolls the dice by coming in early, putting in a lighter fuel load, maybe just to get him just past critical, gain some time on the circuit, get some track position, and then come in for that second stop earlier and push on to the race end. I think that's got to be the strategy for him here today.
I think, and correct, but I'd say I think the biggest thing that's hurt him is obviously his qualifying on this race, and we only did a one-lap dash. Oh, geez, there was a big lift there from Mick then.
He doesn't seem confident. He really does not seem confident in the car.
No, that was a huge lift.
Yeah,
I didn't expect him to lift there, but and you can see Andrew Galley in front of him just move away.
We can see as well, in behind us, that was Tony Chapman.
I think.
We can see as well from the nature of the cars behind him, right? So we look at Cesar, we look at Chapman, and even though Chapman's just made a mistake, I think that's just because he got a bit woken up by the fact he was catching them so hard. Look at the nature of their cars and actually how they're handling the top of the mountain. I know it's fixed setup. Cesar, directly compared to Clifton, looks like he's got that tuned in so perfectly across the top compared to Mick. Mick looks so uncomfortable in that car. He may not be. He might be comfortable wrestling it. It looks like he's wrestling it compared to Halil at the moment.
Yeah, and as I was saying earlier, I felt I didn't feel very confident in the car myself, and subsequently, poured very, very poor qualifying. But as I was just mentioned before, I think Mick Clifton, unfortunately, he's sort of put a bit of a noose around his neck at the moment with that qualifying. So it's something he's dreading at the moment. But the pressure of that one lap dash, some people are probably going to like it, some people are not. I thought it was fantastic. Just gave that little bit of a different element to the whole the race. That little bit of extra pressure.
Yeah. I think it's it's a lot of fun. Of course, we can see there's some war wounds being worn at the moment by Mario Reali of Hypersonic Racing just down the order. He's just got Andrew Lister in behind him in his final outing for Southern Cross Sim Racing before making the move next season to LMV Sim Racing, as well as Todd Duggan in his final outing as a privateer has made or had a moment down at turn 2. This car is spun round the wrong way and I think has got some damage on it possibly. I'm trying to get a front end shot of it if I can.
Yeah, the front clip looks like it's on the ground.
Yeah, I think it's gone.
Shame. Good looking car too. Nice little paint livery.
He's just trying to get it sorted. Yeah, that front end's gone. So his final outing as a privateer before he moves to his new team next season. I suppose he doesn't need the car anymore, does he? So he can kind of destroy it.
No. Trash it. I've had enough of this. Thanks. Bye.
So that car is looking a bit poorly now, but maybe a good way to hard reset himself for next season. Andrew Gallett at the moment feeling the pressure now from Clifton in behind. And I wonder, Brett, you might be able to speak more of this. Is there a thought from Andrew here to let him go, or is he just running his own race, and if Mick tries to go past him, he might let him pass?
Look, I think Andrew's just running his own race here at the moment. He wants to sort of try and finish his race well, and his championship on a high note. I don't think he's thinking anything about Mick Clifton at this stage.
It's
Todd Duggan asked it all, but
no. Todd Duggan finally got the car in pit lane, by the way, but actually no, he didn't. Sorry, he actually had a blink, and he's actually had a spin up at Skyline.
He's going the wrong way.
Yeah, that car is still a bit poorly as he tries to nurse it back around again. As Galley continues to feel the pressure here from Clifton, he's just lighting up his rear mirror, trying to put the pressure on him as well. Let's look through some of these retro liveries here today. Of course, we know that Matt Scholes is running the GRM retro livery for 801 Sim Racing, as Andrew Lister is now into pit lane. So he's going to take his first stop here today. Stuart Hall running the 2008 HSB dealer team car. The car that actually never got to run at Bathurst because it crashed in qualifying, which is based on the Rick Kelly car. So luckily for Stuart, it didn't crash in qualifying today. He actually put it on the front row and gets to run around now in a car that never actually got to race here for himself. Abel Verban's not in a retro livery. Chris Blanchard, well, you recognise this one. It's the Lap of the Gods car for Greg Murphy, of course. 2003 VZ Commodore that he set that lap time in. And a more sort of modern retro, actually. This is still of the Gen 3 era for Pacific Esports Racing of the Red Bull livery of Dave Varney. Do we classify this as a retro, Brett? I mean, it's less than 10 years old.
Wow, I don't know. Everyone's got their own idea of retro.
Yeah, but you can still buy an authentic collectibles model of this. That's how new. That's how new it is. Yeah, you can. Well, not of this variant.
Exactly.
But what it's based on, you can. Joe Mahoney actually running the same retro, but obviously more personalised to his team sponsors for Race on Odds. The same shell livery that Mick Clifton's actually running, that late 90s DJR car. So it's a bit of a differential between them, but yeah, it's the same one that it's based upon. Andrew Galley, of course, one of the many Shadow Racing Fords out here today, running the first livery that was run by Jason Richards for Team Kiwi Racing back in the early 2000s. He is driving that car forward as well. Will Cesar in the 2008 Stephen Richards And Mark Winterbottom combination car of Bathurst. It's the Castrol Edge car that jumped the chase early in the race in 2008, which then led to Lowndes taking the race lead. So that's what he's got for his car of Full Performance Racing.
See a Coke car in there behind.
Yeah, Scott Weston running that late 90s Coke car. And behind him is James Boardman in the 2008 Toll HSV car as well. So car run by Garth Tander and Mark Scaife for that season.
Great to see the liveries, the retro liveries. I think it's a fantastic addition.
It is.
Oh, that old Channel 9.
Yep, another Murph livery as well. The remember the Super Cheap Auto car that crashed into Ambrose up here at the cutting? That's being run by Ben Brook. And yeah, Yusuf with the Channel 9 car as well. Brett Taylor in that old GRM car with another one of those 801 Sim Racing GRM livery. So it's GRM versus GRM. Gary will be rolling over in his grave right now.
Burns nearly got the inside wall then. So that was two very close together incidents, almost. We're running hot and heavy here.
Oh yeah, it is indeed. Wade Reynolds in a John Player special for JWM Racing.
Yep.
So it's good to see.
I like how they've done that too. That's good.
Yeah, it's nice. No retros there for those guys. Derek Lovegrove. Let's talk about this one, Brett. They're genuinely outside of the ones that I made. This is probably my favourite retro livery I've seen in a long time. This is gorgeous.
Nice plane,
and it looks good when it's not on fire.
Yeah. Funny.
But yeah, the Mark Larkin Mitre 10 car. This is amazing. Well done to this team. That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, Brett, you running that last Jason. I don't recall Jason running a BOC car, but it obviously was very late in his career.
No,
so.
he ran. Well, this was the last one that he ran, 2011.
Okay.
I think that was at Albert Park.
Okay.
And then, look at me trying to make.
Oh, you're gonna make an overtake in it as well, Brett.
Look at
that.
Oh no, has he got?
Oh, we got it too. You got it done. What a move.
Yeah. And there's a little Easter egg on that on the bottom of that car on the printer, because on the printer on the car of Jason Richards' car, he had his car that he was running, which was this one, but I've put his first car on the printer as it comes out on the front bonnet. Just a little Easter egg.
Okay. Well, we can't quite get it because of the camera angle, but I'm sure it's there.
No, that's okay. That's right. Yeah.
Adrian Zeal, I believe Team AJR is also running a John Player special, I believe, as well. And then, Fishy Motorsports running.
their own flavour.
Yeah, with their own flavour. Fishy Motorsports, again, does this count as a retro? It's an MSR paint. So, is that too new for a retro? I don't know. It's out there, though. Andrew Listener, of course, another one of those GRM Valvoline liveries as well. We mentioned Todd Duggan's
looks good
car, too. He told me what this was based upon. I can't remember what it is now, so that's my mistake.
It actually looks familiar to me. I can't think of it anyway. I'm sure someone in the
but that's all the
retros.
That is all the retros, and we're back with our race leader, Matt Scholes.
So Matt Scholes, he managed to pull about 3 seconds out on Hall at the moment. Verben about 1.6 behind Hall. Blanchard about 1.5 behind there. Dave Arney but just a little over a second behind. Quain 1.5 behind. So the closest is Favero.
He is indeed on the back of
Brand.
Yeah, back of Travis Brand, and then Mick Clifton on the back of Andrew Galley as well. Mick's at a best teammate for a day. Apparently for John, by the way, because Sean has said the pub test results are in. Apparently, Hoff's going to split 2 because of the waitlist race. Apparently, so who knows? Apparently, Hoffy's going to split 2. I'm a believer that Hoffy maybe should have a run in split 3 for a season. Get the confidence back up, run up the front with the split 3 boys, come back and maybe win split 3, and then come back up to split 2. I don't know. That's just me personally.
Well, that'll be good.
Sean Palmer saying it looks like a Johnny Goss paint, by the way, is Todd Duggins. That's what he says it looks like.
Yeah. I'll Google it.
I'm not sure, but yeah, have a bit of a Google. Find out for us. This battle continues as Joe Mahoney now gets past Travis Brand, who's also trapped behind Nathan Favero as well. So a mistake for Brand has now cost him 2 positions in the span of 1 corner. as Mahoney and Favero start to push. Galley now putting the pressure on Brand as well. Clifton's going to make a choice soon. I think he's going to have to come in pit lane because he's got to try and get this car out of the traffic. He does not want to be trapped in behind cars, costing him time. His last lap time, by the way, at 2:09.2, was on pace with Hall, but he's risking his race right now by being amongst other cars.
I think he's sort of hung in this pack just a little bit too long. I think he should have made this decision a bit earlier.
Yeah, I think maybe a lap or so ago he should have come in.
Yeah.
But, so the issue is the back of the field is spread out as well. If he takes a stop that drops him 35 seconds, he's actually going to be about 2 seconds off the back of Mario Reale as Travis Brand has gone in the wall at Forest Elbow. That car has gone hard into the wall at Forest Elbow. He's waiting for cars to come past before he can back it out. But that is another car out. That's a car outside the top 10. That promotes Clifton into the 10 now. He is one step closer to Stuart Hall. But the problem is he's not actually gaining track position on him.
Yeah, yeah. It's just I wonder whether he's just saying.
Hang on, Jeremy Bush. Sorry, Jeremy Bush has also gone in down there too. That's another car that's gone in. As that there was Ernie Toth, I believe, getting held up.
Yeah.
So Toth, who's a lap down, has just been held up in that moment. But yeah, a bit of contention down at Forest Elbow, it seems. Lap 10 of 42. Goosey's going to come into pit lane. So another one of those first pit stoppers here. Everyone barring Matt Monday, who's been in pit lane, has completed a CPS thus far in the race. Remember, it was contentious last week at Adelaide for those that picked it slightly wrong based on the rule set, but that's okay. We learn, we get better. It's apparently Travis Brand is a great name for a country singer, and I think it could be. Yeah. Could be a good name for a country singer. Well, I wonder what
band is he in?
Well, his next hit surely would be the I Hit the Wall at Forest Elbow. Well, that's the next hit to come out of it. There we go. They're going at it. Ben Brook, Brett Taylor, and Paul Burns all having a crack with Wade Reynolds, Roy Clark, Dale Callaghan in behind. The close battling that's happening. Burnsy, who's been sneaky this season, could get himself on the podium here tonight for the championship. He's just going to get a solid points finish on the board. And this is unbelievable to see from Burnsy. And he's often been the bridesmaid, never been the bride. He's been good enough to get up to Split 1, but he's never won the Split 2 championship. And if he were to remain in Split 2 for next season, he's not one to put your nose up at. He's someone that you have to look to and think, oh, surely he could win it if you put a whole season together. And that's what he's got to do. It's those 1%ers that he has to find. It's the 1%ers that guys like Mick Clifton have managed to find. You know, his average finishing position of the last sort of 5 seasons in Split 2, Brett, as he looks for the move, it'll take a massive lunge. He wasn't willing to risk the championship on one move. And I think that could be one of the killers tonight. He's not willing to go for it when he needs to. And he's going to come into pit lane.
Here we go. Yeah.
So he's finally made the charge. The problem is he has given up. The gap's about 13.5 seconds, Brett. Yeah. So if Hall decides to match him on fuel, it's always going to be a 13-second gap. He has to underfuel this car significantly just to try and chase down Hall and hope that he overfills the car. He's into the box now.
We're seeing a few others. Clifton coming, obviously Clifton in. But we're seeing Brooke, Reynolds, and Callaghan in.
So remember, this is an important stop we mentioned. He wants to try and not fill up the car too much. He's got to take a lighter fuel load here, Brett. He's got to underfuel that car. He probably has to aim for about maybe 60 litres at the minimum that he wants at the max.
60 litres
so 60 litres should be roughly 26 seconds. Should be 60 litres.
He's already 35.
He's already passed. 37.
38.
He's filling it up. He's actually filling
seconds.
it up. Oh, this is a massive. Oh, no.
Seconds. Oh. That is going to be a heavy car over the mountain.
That's 96 litres. He's just put 96 litres in. He's just filled it.
Yeah.
Mick has just filled the car. I'm sorry, Brett. I'm sorry, Brett. Without chaos now.
Yeah.
Without chaos now, I think he may have just thrown something away here.
I wonder whether, he saw did he have an inkling that there was the cars spun on the mountain?
I don't know.
Maybe
But
there
even
was
then,
going to be a safety car.
but even then with the safety car, that's the track position is much more worth it than because this is not necessarily an undercut right to gain on the cars in front of him. What it would be is it was actually it was to undercut his fuel so then he could gain track position to run at a higher point of track position for a little bit to actually gain some speed because he's stuck in traffic. And that's the
right.
difficult part of it.
Air.
You want clean air. So, yeah, for Mick, unfortunately, he's topped it up with fuel. He's put too much. I think he's put too much in it because now the car's too heavy. Because running on fuel is horrendous on this setup. So he's put too much. He's put a lot of fuel in it, which has made it heavy. It's going to make it slightly slower. It's actually going to make it slightly unstable as well. So this it may hurt him here. So we'll see here. So Halil says that actually he hasn't reacted to him. He hasn't actually followed him in. So he's actually stayed out for the moment because he knows that Mick's got full fuel on board. The car's slower. So he's actually in a faster car than what Mick's in. Even though Mick's on fresh tyres, he's actually in a faster car at the moment than what Mick is because of the fuel load difference. So I don't know. I personally think Mick may have just made a huge mistake then. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite him.
Geez, I'll tell you what, Cesar really champing on the back bumper of Galley at the moment.
He is.
So he's looking to make a move. Clark in and Real in.
Right on board with Cesar as well. But yeah, I mean, Hoffy's saying as well, it's a big gamble. I mean, he's really hoping for a safety car now. That's what he needs. He needs a safety car.
I was about to ask you, Hamish, like what would be the saving grace?
The other issue is, though, he needs the safety car right on critical lap. So he needs it on probably maybe lap 21. Because then he can come in.
Right
it was slightly wide, but he's done well.
That was a shift down as he came around that corner then. So he really had his hands full of that car.
Indeed. It's putting a little bit of pressure on Galley here. Blanchard has got Arnie still on his tail as well. It's a contentious choice for Mick Clifton. We mentioned last week, and you know, I thought about it throughout this week as well, Brett. Mick has come into this race really as he's more so the people's champion right now. I think he's the people's favourite to win it. That not necessarily that Stewart is disliked in any manner, but I think Mick's got more fans out there that want to see him win. But right now, does that then mean that Stewart is the villain in this story, right? He's the other side of the challenge.
Yeah.
You know? And as that Cesar will finally come into pit lane now. So I think he's actually realised that he doesn't want to get stuck behind Galley either. So he's going to come in and he'll push on. His teammates actually stayed out for another lap in James Boardman. So Boardman is just trying to run away from Scott Weston at the moment. Remember, he had a great result round one of this season, did James. He finished on the podium in P2. It had pace to win the race that day, actually. He wasn't quite able to get past Kokoschki in the end, but he hasn't been able to match the pace here today. Slightly different setup of car, of course, with a heavier fuel load and the longer race.
Oh, Matty Monday off track.
Oh, he is. And that was a minor off track, I think. As Brett, you're going a bit slow. What's happened to you? Have you been off track?
Oh, we may have had it coming together. Sorry about that, Matty.
Joe Mahoney saying bit harsh to say Stewart has no mates. So he does have mates, so don't worry. Stewart has got friends. I'm not saying that. What I'm stating is, from what I've seen in the chat, well, apparently, from what I've seen, because I know Stewart's got mates because he's got 8 of them in the race team he's in. From what I've seen in the chat, the support has been heavily towards Mick this season, for those that have been chatting away with us. So, the support has been much, much closer to Mick for this season. Corfiat is into pit lane now. His first stop. So Cesar, by the way, has actually exited pit lane, Brett, 10.3 seconds ahead of Clifton. So he's actually jumped Clifton here because of the fact of not only has he taken 10 seconds less worth of fuel, 31 seconds, he's actually gained a bit of time on him as well because of the fact that Mick was running around with the heavier car. So he has actually probably gained about half a second just on lap pace alone. But we'll see what happens here. But yeah, 10-second disadvantage is hard for him. Pete Kelleher's gone off. That is Pete down Kelleher at the chase. So we'll see if anyone actually dives in out of response.
Car alive or is
it's
out?
I don't know. But Scholes has come in, so there's possible reactionary moment. Remember, Kelleher brought out the safety car in round 1 of the season.
The car.
Well, it is. It's turned on. The engine's gone, but the car is not well, it's somewhat in an unsafe spot, but it's also not as well. It is off the road. So if you recall back to round 1, Brett, this was the car that actually brought the first safety car out at Mount Panorama for round 1. So
I can't remember back that far. Holy
so Skulls has come in. Hall's actually stayed out, by the way. Boardman has come into pit lane, so he's actually now followed his teammate in.
So some people think, seeing that car parked there, they think there's going to be the chance
they're
of a
going to
safety
think,
car.
yeah, they think a safety car. Now, don't get confused. That's not the safety car. That's head of race control Bruce McLeod. He's in his own personal livery. The one we'd be looking for is Ed Cullen, if he were to exit, if he were to enter the circuit. So championship leader Stuart Hall now leads the way. So this is now a bonus point for leading a lap. So all of a sudden, P2 is even more of a guarantee of the championship for him, Brett, because all of a sudden he's gaining a point here. One other thing is that may make it worse for Mick is if somehow Stuart actually leads the most laps tonight, gets another bonus point, or stays 0x and gets 3 bonus points, all of a sudden P3 could actually win him the championship if Mick were to win the race. So that is another thing that's on the line there too. So a bit of quick maths to think about. Peter Kelleher has been allowed to tow back to pit lane, so no safety car at this point of the race.
Safety car.
So Hall, Verban, Blanchard may have all made the right choice there. And look at this piece of strategy here for a second. Boardman has actually exited pit lane right behind Cesar. So the team has lined it up perfectly for those guys now to run around together for a little bit.
I wonder how that happened.
That was completely accidental, mind you. I was actually gobsmacked on Thursday when James came out and I saw Halil right there. I'm like, oh, that works out.
Yeah, right.
That was good. I'm glad that worked out in our favour. To be honest, I was kind of winging it for the first stop. I was like, oh, we'll see what happens. We'll put this much in.
Paul crossing the line now, so it's going to be 15 laps of 49 here at Bathurst, the grand final.
Andrew Hoffman's agreeing with me. He's saying split 3 as well for himself in the chat there. It is a long way to go. And Michael Quain just starting to hold up Halil Cesar here now, so it might not be too long before Halil wants to get by Michael. Thinking about the lap pace, they're actually both on relatively even pace tonight, but Halil has been trapped in traffic for the first portion of the race where Michael hasn't, so we'll see if there's any truer lap times to be revealed for both of those cars. And if we think about, as Derek Lovegrove comes into pit lane, the situation that Mick Clifton's in, he's actually got good clean air now, but he's running 209.34s. Compare that to the last lap time of Stuart Hall, it was a 208.9, so that heavier car of Clifton is giving up around about 0.4 of a second to the race leader at the moment, so he's not on pace as that Mitre 10 car has come into pit lane. So yeah, Clifton is giving up time at the moment after pitting early. This has not worked in his favour. We are just about, we're actually just about a quarter of the way through. We're no more than that actually. More than a third of the way through, just about a third of the way through this race, Brett. It has absolutely flown by.
Yep.
But this has been a fantastic race.
Race cars go around Bathurst.
It's true.
And so forth and so on.
It's very, very true. See, this is
looks
one
like,
of our closest battles on track, by the way, here, Cesar and Quain.
The field's definitely spread it out.
But this is what happens with the strategy. Oh, Quain ran wide there, but Cesar got a massive wiggle off of the cutting. So he couldn't even get the move made when he wanted to and had the chance.
That's going to put a bit of pressure on Quain as they come over the top of the mountain. Cesar right in the pocket there. Probably copying it a bit. Favero off track there as well for a second. Looks like Quain's got away with it at the moment.
Somehow he's surviving. But
lock break there.
Oh, it was there. So Favero now into pit lane. So once we get the final stops, we'll be able to, the final of the first stops, we'll be able to look at pit stop times to compare for you of what certain cars took. I can tell you right now the pit stop time for Cesar was 30.96. Boardman was 27.93. So Boardman took 65 litres of fuel. That's what that works out to be. About 30 seconds for Cesar. That's about 70 litres. So that's the differential for those guys. They've gone just under a split stop to obviously hold on to some track position, but also have a slightly lighter car for the next period of the race.
So we had Corfidis on Vigar, and then Callaghan, Favero on pits. And Clark tucked in there as well.
On a tight line.
Callaghan really close. Can he do anything as they come down to the chase?
Of course, for Darrell tonight, if he wants the top 3 in the championship, he's got to try and get past and beat all Corfidis. Runs it slightly wide at the chase. That might give Callaghan an opportunity, but Corfidis covered the line. That stopped him from getting through. Can he sneak a bite down here at Murray's? He's going to go for the lunge at the final corner. Darrell Callaghan, can he carry the speed? No, he can't. Corfidis carried the speed and got the job done.
That was actually quite good. I thought we were going to see Callaghan make that run on the inside, but unfortunately just locked the tyres just a second. That probably would have lost his confidence going to complete that move, unfortunately.
And Quain's still under pressure, by the way, as you run up through the cutting once again. As they've now begun lap 16. Oh, yeah, as you would be. At this point in time of the race. We're getting in towards final pit stops here. Jeremy Bush has just traversed across the chase in a fast-paced run. Stuart Hall in the pit lane, though. Race leader is in. Verban will follow. Is Blanchard going to follow? We know he's a bit of a fuel saver. No, he's going to go for another lap. Andrew Galley comes in. Tony Chapman in as well. Is Scott Weston going to join them, or is he going to go another lap? No, he's into pit lane. We suspect that Brett Taylor will be as well. So where will Stuart Hall be in comparison to Matthew Scholes? Was the previous race leader. A 36.6 second stop was Scholes' first stop of the race. It roughly works out to a little over halfway, roughly 85 litres. Actually, no, sorry, no, roughly 80 litres, sorry, would actually be on board this car. So he's actually split the stop and split the fuel here tonight. Let's see what Scholes says. He's been running for a few laps, so he actually probably gained some time on Stewart here, did Matthew, because of the pace this car has. So he'll come across the start-finish line. There's Hall. So exiting now, so he has gained some time over Hall because of those few free air laps that he was running with the fresh tyres. Not gained too much time on Stewart, but the gap is now out to over a second. Arnie is now up into P4. Is it going to be P3? We'll see when they come past Blanchard in pit lane with the van in behind. As well with Nathan Favero. Michael Quain is still feeling that pressure from Cesar and Boardman in behind. They continue the run up the hill towards turn 2. Once again, Cesar and Boardman feeling this pressure, trying to get past Quain to slot these cars up inside of the top 10 tonight, possibly to set themselves up for a top 5 finish as well. The only car waiting on to take their first stop of the race is Blanchard, as he'll come around towards the chase, hard on the brakes down there towards turn 21. Suspect him in this lap.
Somewhat normalised field.
Well, somewhat normalised, slightly spread out though.
True normalised until we to the second stops.
Well, because it's an endurance race, of course, Brett, the field will spread out throughout these stops because of the differential on the first stop and the differential in fuel.
Yeah.
By the time of the second stop, that'll actually give us a much better understanding of where drivers will sit in their true order of the day and where they sit in their true order of the race as well. So Blanchard is into pit lane for his first stop of the race. Matthew Scholes will look to come past to claim P1 on the road once again. A few cars have lost quite a few spots in this first stop here. Yeah, Tony Chapman was one of them. He's had a longer stop, same as Mick Clifton, and now actually trapped in some traffic here. So this has not been a good call for Chapo for this stage of the race. And in fact, he's got Bernstein to chase him down, although there is a 4-second differential in their pit stop as well. So Chapman will gain that time back when they run back through pit lane. As Blanchard is on the jack, Scholes will come past, so will Hall. Dave Arney will look to come by Blanchard as well to claim P3, although Blanchard is right on the exit. He will survive on the podium for the moment. And good strategy, similar strategy for all the front runners here. We mentioned we're going to show those pit stop times. Let's have a look here on the timing tower. Of course, you see at the top there, Scholes with a 36.6, 30.47 for Hall, 32.5 for Blanchard, 34.3 for Arnie, a 38.0 for Verban. So very similar time for the top 5 of this race. And it's not till we get back to Favero till we've actually had a shorter than 30-second pit stop in the field. And he's only one of 2 drivers inside of the top 10 to take less than 30 seconds worth of fuel in their first stop.
The Skull's doing a great job out in front at the moment, leading this train. Well, not even a train at this stage, but he's got a gap of, he's got that 6 seconds from the pit stop from Hall. So that's only going to be a further gain on his next stop. So he's cruising along all right at this stage.
Well, the one thing that would hurt him would be if a safety car came out for the second stop. That would kill the advantage that Skulls has.
Throw a spanner into the work.
It would indeed. We are only 4.5 laps away from critical lap here today. So lap 22 is when we can stop and get the car home on the fuel that we'll have on board. Bit of fuel saving, though. You could do it from lap 21, I suppose, but that's putting a bit of pressure onto your race. The Skulls will run through the chase once again, haul in behind him. See here as well, Michael Quain still under pressure from Halil Cesar. There's Mick Clifton. He's just at Forest Elbow with Ben Brook and Tony Chapman in behind, but a lot of time loss.
Yes,
A lot of time loss throughout this race.
150 for his last lap around. I'll keep my eye on that next time he crosses the start-finishing line. I'll see whether he's going. See, the boys are still running 2:08s up the front. They're flying. Oh, 3 minute for Blanchard, obviously, because that pit stop's in there.
And Cesar's still putting the pressure here on Michael Quain. As Scott Weston will now get past
Andrew
Galley, who's into pit lane again. So this is a very interesting call. They come into pit lane at this stage, and this is actually he's blowing the engine.
Oh,
he's blowing the engine. Yeah. He's blowing the engine into the chase.
Ah.
And so he's brought it in for the fast repair. Or at least he was at pit entry. He's done a Joe Mahoney.
Yeah.
Remember, Mahoney did it back at round 1. Blew the engine down the hill, rolled it into pit lane for his stop. Got the job done, but unfortunately for Galley now, he's now committed to a third stop. Smart play here, though, for Andrew Galley. Very smart play, although I don't know if he's taken fuel with that. He has definitely taken tyres. He's come in for the stop for the fast repair, so he's taken a pit stop. Smart move. Might as well take the loss of fuel since you're coming into pit lane for the loss of time.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Another crack.
He's actually lost that to Brooke now. Brooke's actually gotten that done around the outside.
Yeah, right.
So that's a great move from the Frog Leap Juice Racing driver. They've got a new teammate coming their way next season as well. Phil Manuel joins this team for next season. So that'll really freshen it up for Frog Leap Juice Racing and their attempts of winning a championship. They've not won one for a very, very long time.
Look at this inside the car over the top of the mount, over Skyline. Starting ripping down those gears. Car dances on the nose. Into the dipper. Really hard to get the car pitched around there. Coming down to Forest Elbow. Another fairly difficult session to get the car exactly where you want to. Get on the gas as early as you can to get a shot out down Conrod Straight. Nearly topping 300 k's an hour. See the speedo just in there, so 260. Comes under the Fuso Bridge. 270. 280, 280, 284. So 284 as he comes to the through the chase. Back down to second or third gear, depending. Bit of gravel on the road there. Watch out for that. Over the hump. Then in the back there, look at all that gravel being thrown up at Mick Clifton at the moment. Over the start finishing line for lap 20 of 49 here at Bathurst.
I'll tell you what, Michael Quain just starting out to break away from Halil Cesar and James Boardman. He's found his groove and found his pace now. Those tyres have come up to temperature on board the Ray White car for Old Mate and Sons. It'll be very interesting to see who's going to end up back in this split for next season. We know the likes of Stuart Hall, Mick Clifton, possibly Chad Viger and Scott McKenzie, or possibly even Simon Heddersheed could be on their way back up to split 1. Is anyone else going to join them possibly? Could Paul Burns sneak his way in? Could Darryl Callaghan? There are these drivers that have got the opportunity to.
Oh, there. Clark getting past Corfidis as well. That little battle pack is heating up big time.
He's really heating up back here.
Big loser out of that little pack just then. Must have made a mistake somewhere.
And Clifton in the Abbey Timber car.
I was just saying before, Clifton, his last lap was a 2:11 flat.
He's not got the pace.
So
he's really dropping time.
And
the track temp's actually come down, Brett. It's actually come down to 23, so the track should be getting faster.
Yeah.
And you think about the relative differential between their stops. Stuart Hall only took 10 seconds less worth of fuel in his stop. He's gained 10 seconds off the last stint over Mick Clifton. The calculated next stop, if Stuart Hall were to stop right now, he would come out 2 positions behind Mick Clifton.
Yeah.
And roughly 4 seconds behind him.
Wade Reynolds
he is off track, and that is down at the chase. It's that car off the road.
Get that beautiful black car dirty.
Yep. As Michael Quain's just starting to lose some time here to Hillel Cesar in the Tundex Drift Academy entry. As they run up towards turn number 2. They're flowing through once again. So he's actually lost some time here now as Quain, so pressure's going to start to build again.
Yeah.
Now that he's got that 5 car in behind him once more.
Just a few little micro mistakes maybe. Dave Nuttall off track.
Oh, yes, and that was down the final corner.
Yeah.
He's going again.
Yeah, not having the best of rounds tonight.
Look at this as well. Hall's actually started to encroach down the back of Skulls. So he knows that he's going to lose 6 seconds, but it's showing that he has pace.
Yeah, but for Hall, I'd be trying to sort of get up there and just tuck myself underneath the tail.
Get dragged.
Do a bit of fuel saving.
Ahead, save the fuel.
Just get dragged ahead, save
the
fuel.
tyres, you know, everything.
Yeah. Why not? Smoke him if you got him.
Dave Arney sitting about 5.6 seconds ahead of Abel Verben at the moment. He's about 1.6 behind. Christopher Blanchard there you see him just in the foreground leading in towards the chase. There's Verben with Favero in behind, and then this battle continues with Michael Quain, Halil Cesar, and James Boardman. And again, time gain for these guys. Gap is now out to over 15 seconds for Cesar. 14.9 seconds for Boardman. This is actually enough for Boardman to jump Clifton over the second stop. So again, time loss for Clifton. Time gain for the 5 and the 7. Mustang and Camaro ahead of him.
I think Clifton that last lap into the 2:09.9.
It's a 2:09.4 for both Cesar and Boardman, so he's just given up half a second again. So more and more time lost for him as we ride up the hill towards turn 2 once more. Trying to get down the gears. Oh, that is a money shift for Lil Cesar. Oh, he's just blown the engine into turn 2.
That's hard.
And then contact from his teammate who couldn't avoid him. That is a hard hit for the 5 car, and it's not going anywhere. This will be a safety car.
Yeah, I think it's going to be.
That is a very dangerous point on the road. Right on critical lap, mind you, Brett. Right on critical. Has this car got any damage on it? Because there was heavy contact to the rear.
Yeah, but doesn't it sound, or how does it look?
The steering may be a little bit light. It looks okay.
A little bit of lock up as he goes through the dipper there. Here we go. Let's fade out to a safety car.
The first safety car of the race, so we watch for the top 2 to come in the pit end.
This season?
No, not many. And not many in the latter half either. I don't, actually. I didn't see it. I didn't actually check it. I didn't think to be honest with you, Brett. So, Skulls and Hall in. This is. I remember we mentioned earlier. It's actually good for Hall, obviously, because now he gets the scenario of he gets to pit and Skulls won't have his 6-second advantage over him that he was going to if it was going to be a green flag stop. So
I mean, everyone's going to come in pits. Everybody.
Everyone. I mean, you've got to. It's a free stop. If you stay out now, you've just thrown your whole race away. Pretty much. This is as free as it could ever be. It's right on critical lap. You're getting home from here. You're in.
Yeah.
So now we've got to watch for Clifton, right? Because he's given up time. How much time is he now going to gain back? Because this is now a yellow flag stop. So this is important for him now that this stop is maximised. And he probably wants to try and make sure, as Hall will look to drop in a moment, he'll want to make sure here, Brett, that he actually calculates the amount of fuel that he can save on this and put a bit less in. Because he calced it perfectly at Adelaide, if you recall. He calced it perfect. So he's got to do it again. Hall will exit pit lane. And he'll exit right in front of Blanchard. As more cars will come out of pit lane, there is Abel Verben.
Thank God we get ghost cars in pit lane.
Except for in the fast lane, of course.
Yeah, that would be very difficult. Here comes Clifton.
He's actually exiting right in front of Boardman. So that contact from Boardman, which actually slowed him up, probably actually helped Clifton hang on to the position in front of him. So that's worked out well for Mick. That car's definitely got some damage on it, though. It's got some aero wash for sure.
Yeah.
I'm noticing here there is a car that has stayed out. Darryl Callaghan has missed the call, it seems.
Oh. Well, that is going to hurt.
So he has not pit under this safety car. This will be race ending for Darryl Callaghan.
He's tracking all right in the championship too. There's a few drivers out here. Any Toth?
We think back to where he is.
Toth will be a lap down.
Yeah, Toth will be. He needs to get away around. So we think back to where Callaghan is. Callaghan's currently P7 in the championship on 1,088 points. So he is about 26 points off the back of Burns. And then he's even further back off of the top 5. So really, it was going to be difficult for him. He can challenge, obviously, for the top 5 tonight because of good points on offer.
Yeah,
he's probably thrown that away now, though, unfortunately. I think Paul's definitely going to make the top 5 based on where he's positioned and where he could be positioned at the end of this race. And then we look to Andrew Galley, who's going to be challenging that top 5 as well. Same with Andrew Listener. Although for Listener, he's down the order, so is Galley, so maybe not. We'll have to see, though, how the points are going to lay after this race. So pit stops have now been completed. Final stop of the race has been done for the majority of the field.
Yep. Travis Brand only on 1 stop as well.
I will mention, too, as well, there's actually another name we haven't mentioned who's up the order tonight, who is also going to be challenging for top 5, that being Christopher Blanchard. He is also now going to be challenging for top 5 of the championship. And I will confirm Callaghan is a challenger for this. Because those guys are actually scoring zeros, I'll remind myself, they're guaranteed to jump out of the top 10. Everyone's going to go up 3 spots because Mackenzie, Heddersheet and Viger are all not here for this round.
To Ernie Toth just being released.
Don't make the release sound, please, Brett. That was too. That was too much. That was way too much. So what I would say now is, right, we've obviously still got half a race to go, right? Anything can now happen. We don't need pit stops. Anything can happen to anyone, right? It's not over.
Safety cars coming out.
Well, we can get more safety cars. It's not over for Mick, right? Mick can still win this because of the fact that Stewart could either get himself a penalty, which takes points off him, or he gets a drive-through, or he can get into an incident which puts him to the back of the field. Anything can happen. There's still half a race to go. So it's not over just yet. What I will say is, though, no matter who wins this now, whether it's Stewart or whether it's Mick, there'll be some learning to take away from this. And I think a lot of things will actually be able to get self-reflected upon and learned for next time if they're found in this position again. And there may be that they'll look back on this, they'll think about what we've spoken about, and they will that they'll then process of, hey, we could actually then try and win it again or win at a different time because we know what mistakes we made, we know what we don't do next time.
Do you know when I reflect?
When you look in a mirror.
Yep.
I'm glad you reflect in a mirror. It means you're not a vampire. Brett, before you can enter a premises, do you have to be invited in?
Yes.
Maybe you are a vampire.
And I don't eat garlic pizzas. No, I do. I love them.
I'm about to say, don't lie to us, Brett. We know you're a fan of a garlic and cheese pizza. Come on. The way you say the word ginger, there's no way that you dislike a garlic and cheese pizza.
Ginger?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just that's what it says to me, that you enjoy garlic and cheese pizza.
Oh, yeah. They are the best. Nice garlic and cheese pizza. Yummo. Very good. Under safety car at the moment, lap 24 of 49. Hope you're being entertained here tonight. Split 2. Final round of Bathurst.
This
49 laps.
This really is a throwback night, Brett. Because now we're going back. Throw night. This really is now a throwback night. Because now we're going back to broadcasts of old where we've actually spoken about pizza ingredients before and spoken about pizzas and made people hungry.
Oh, have
well, many moons ago I did on the broadcast mention pizza.
Yep. I could go a garlic pizza right now with a thin base, crispy on the edge, a little bit of salt on the top. Yummy. Pull it up with a maybe what would I have? Oh, a really good burger with a lot. Actually, there's a great burger place.
You should put, Brett, just quickly on your garlic and cheese pizza next time you order one.
What?
You should put some chicken and capsicum on top.
I think it's not a garlic pizza.
No, it is, because it still has the garlic base and the cheese.
Well, it's just a pizza then.
It's just a pizza anyway.
No, you're missing the whole point.
No, I'm not. It's not garlic bread.
No, but yeah, okay. I'll tell you what. Hang on, I'll just look this up. Blackheath, wasn't it? Come through Blackheath the other day, and I've always gone past a fish and chip shop there. Blackheath Fish and Chip Shop. It's on the highway there. Drive past it a heap, and we said, let's pull in there and have, because it's always packed out, absolutely packed out. So anyway, all in there. Got a burger, got a couple of burgers, some chips. Oh my God. The best burger. Oh. Good. If you remember the good old fashioned burgers, that's what it was like. Unbelievable.
A $5 roll. A burger that you can't even get your laughing gear around.
Yeah. Safety car's pulled away. We're about to stop talking crap. Getting back on with the race. This
really felt like a Le Mans 24-hour safety car period. This has.
Oh, did it? Is that what they do?
They've spoken about illicit substances before on broadcast.
Oh,
so
substances.
Yes.
Ooh, okay. Righto.
This is a big night of the mountain, though, and we've still got another 25 laps to go. We're right at the halfway point. This couldn't have come at a better time, Brett, because we're getting to halfway point here. Pit stops have been completed. Cars are able to get home from here. Still 150 Ks to go in tonight's race. We've still got the distance of round 1 to complete before we actually get to the checkered flag today. When will Dale Callaghan go? We hope you are enjoying it. Callaghan, I think he should be going right on the apex of the last corner, Brett. I think if he goes earlier, then Skulls and Hall will be able to catch him. But we'll match him here. We'll see what happens, though. It is going to be a null and void restart because he does need one more CPS to get his car home. He's gone early before the final corner. May have caught some people napping, possibly. But it's back to green flag.
That's a good
here
jump.
At the mountain. It's a good jump, but Skulls has matched him. So has Hall. But the problem for Callaghan is it's null and void because he can't win.
Yeah.
He has to do that second pit stop.
Maybe he just did it because he wanted to just lead the race for a bit.
Maybe he did. Who
Bit
knows?
of a self journey.
Scott West at the moment feeling a bit of pressure from Tony Chapman in behind as they ride up the hill as well. Mick's got to try and have a crack here if he wants to win the championship. He's got to push on past Joe Mahoney and then get past Quain and Favero. He really needs the car in the race lead. It's an almighty effort though, but it's still a full race distance from here to get the car up there. Surely there's enough in it for him to push on and fight for the championship. And what a way to set us up, Brett. First half of the race, really, it's meant nothing. The second half now is the sprint to the end.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what clip he's got for us. Over the top of the mountain. Just dropping back a little bit from Mahoney.
He doesn't want to drop too far back either. He'll go into the clutches of Boardman. We want to be putting that pressure on him. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's not regular pressure either. Because it's pressure from a teammate of your main competitor this season as Mahoney gets a slight lock up through the dipper. That may allow Clifton to catch him a little bit here.
Gets a good exit out of the elbow. Okay. Looks like he got a good exit too.
Great exit. It was. Battle's continuing on. Paul Burns putting the pressure now on Tony Chapman as well. We appreciate everyone watching along with us across both Infinity Broadcasting and the V8 Veterans here tonight. It's all to stay for season 29 and beyond as we get one season closer to the all-important 30th season of V8 Veterans. That'll be an exciting one. We announced last week the calendar for next season, which we'll speak about post-race tonight as well. I'll give you all the details on when you can catch us once more on your services for next season. As we haven't been dropped yet, Brett, so we must be doing something right.
Oh, no, look at holy breath.
Look, I've been here for 15 seasons. I would hope I'm doing something right by now.
Yeah, but I could get the boot any second.
Nah.
Dave Arney having a crack at Blanchard up front there. Tony Chapman close to Weston. And then there's a big pack of Burns and Taylor. That's quite a very angry little pack there. They're quite with 3-4 cars within half a second of each other. Roy Clark also very close to Goosey. And we've still got some battles further around down the field.
They're doing a fantastic job.
Biggest mover so far is Errol Callaghan at 26 paces up, but he's only done one pit stop.
I'm going to give a shout out to...
At this point, so he's going to be in a world of hurt there.
Indeed he will. I want to give a shout out to everyone that is watching over on Infinity Broadcasting today and supporting us over on our main channel for the broadcasting side of things, mind you.
Thanks,
Thank you all for watching. Jaden Wilcox watching along with us. He competed in the Porsche Cup series that we ran over there a little while ago, as well as JMR's tuning in too. It's great. I know that my partner Rhiannon normally watches over on the Infinity Broadcasting channel too, so thank you guys so much. And as well to Gary Buckland who's watching over there with us too. And then everyone else is watching on the Vets channel with us. We appreciate it. You guys can help support both Vets and Infinity Broadcasting by clicking the like button, subscribe, the bell icon to stay notified whenever we go racing on the channels. Got a big race coming up in the next 2 weeks, Brett, on Infinity Broadcasting, mind you. The next 2 Monday nights, some hot NASCAR action. This Monday it's at Phoenix. The week after, mornings for us really, actually, Monday mornings. We've got Phoenix this coming Monday morning. Next Monday after, though, Charlotte Motor Speedway. That's going to be a big one for the final round of that high-side motorsport season. And then the next time we'll return to you, we're back again with the Vets for season 29. Think about that. And we'll be too far away before we're with you again. It's going to be a fun run there. But we've still got plenty of racing to go there here tonight.
A few drivers out there doing the fastest lap at their races so far. So Favero doing a 2:08.888. Mahoney doing 2:08.9. Clifton doing a 2:08.9. So he's starting to get the times down, so the car might be coming on.
I'll tell you, his car's coming on here. Tony Chapman, who's going for a move up and towards Griffin's Bend. We'll go for it down the inside of Weston. Weston gave him plenty of room. It's textbook as you like. And he gets the job done and a great move. Burns is going to look to follow him here. Round the outside of the cutting.
Yeah.
It's an audacious spot to go for it. A little bit of contact between them, but it's fair play. Dooring and dooring each other. Robbins racing. They get the job done. Paul Burns with an all-time pass. Unbelievable move.
Nice move. And solidifies it as they head up over the top of the mountain.
I've heard as well, just heard then, Scott Weston's actually just called that move in from Burns. I think it was fair play though, Brett. That was a good move. Bit of hard racing, door to door. That's classic touring car stuff.
Give each other a bit of room. Love it.
It's great to see. His teammate, Brett Taylor, wasn't able to do very much to help him. He kind of just sat back and watched it happen. Jaden's chat saying bring back the Monday Cup series. I've had some questions from people regarding that. I've had questions whether the league's still running or whether I could get in.
Past Goosey, and Goosey dropped another spot to Reynolds.
Yeah, he's still dropping spots here.
Here we go. Oh, this is going to be.
Oh, it's going to get ugly. This is going to get ugly. Travis Brand got it done on Goosey somehow. He pulls it up, but Goosey's going to try and get back past him again.
Oh, that could have been nasty.
Galley's actually got him as well.
Yeah.
2 for 1 special.
Too, after that blown motor, he's come back to top 20 at this stage, so he'll be wanting to push forward further.
Oh, I see another. Oh, well, he's actually taking his third stop, so again, the safety car's probably actually helped him. Jeremy Bush,
Clifton
I thought.
closing on Mahoney.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, who was that?
That was Jeremy Bush. I had a crash notification for him, but he was still going, so it was fine.
Okay.
Clifton here, trying to lurk and look for it up and towards turn 2. Can't quite get there on him.
He needs to get this move done. He needs to actually start and push forward. As we get it, we're past halfway now, so he's losing time all the time now.
If he can't get this done in 3 laps, we may be calling it quits. We may be calling it early because he's got to get a move on, does Mick Clifton. Everybody's trying to get me to run another league here, Brett. I swear. Blake Warboys is now saying still waiting for the under-40s league using Vets Fix sets. My God. Might have to bring it back.
Warboys?
Warboys is under 40.
Yeah, but what age is he?
He's in his 30s.
Oh, the car's dropping here.
Oh.
Brandon Kelly.
Oh, what's happening to them? Andrew Galley, far off the road. Mario Reale just going to get past. Travis Brand has been into this too. This has been a wild moment.
Oh.
Maybe
Shame. Galley was up into the top 20 and now he's back down to 27.
I was going to say, Brett, maybe if we get it going for season 4 of iRacing, maybe you can get in the booth with me for Monday nights and get some supercars action going even more.
Ooh.
See how the future vets generation do it, maybe.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be good if they had the little, what were they called? Oh, the Aussie racing cars, were they? The little mini ones?
You know what we used to use for that, Brett, actually? We used to use the Legends cars.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it wouldn't be good if they did them in a Mustang and a Camaro
That'd be great.
body. How good would that be?
Fantastic, Brett.
Oh.
So Callaghan and Skulls continuing to push here. Stuart Hall, P3 to Blanchard. Still running strong as well to Dave Arney and behind them. Stuart Hall saying we should up the age to over 50s. There's too many young fellas these days.
I'd be right.
Yeah.
57 next year.
Who knows? Maybe I'll have a conversation in the background with Mr. Van Ree, see if we can get access to the setups, and we'll run a season where we run the same races as the vets, but it's open age. We run it on a Monday. Give everyone a race practice before they race on Thursday. How does that sound? I think that sounds pretty good to me, Brett.
Yeah, but the setup you give these younger fellows got to have a lot lower tyre pressure or higher tyre pressure, one or the other. Little bastards. At 29 of 49.
Blanchard.
Travis standing pit.
And you can see Scholes, you see Hall here. He's not pushing nearly as hard as he was now. Remember, he's actually keeping these tyres under him. He doesn't need to push this car as much anymore. P3 on the road. This is good enough for the title. Blanchard's on him, but he could let him go if he wanted to.
Almost looks like he might. Here he goes. Nice move on the side. Just
through. Up. Yep, he lets him go. Is Arnie going to go for it as well? Could it be a 2-for-1?
That was nearly a hip and shoulder to Arnie.
It was very, very close.
Have a look at the band in there as well. He's had a good later start. He's had a good later stage of season 28.
Yes, indeed. He's still running strong, doing a great job thus far. Running up towards turn 2 once again.
Cars. There's a lot of cars not that very far away from each other. Oh, what has happened here?
That was Travis Brown. I think he's just pulled over to let the traffic go. Yes, that car's still going. I think he's just trying to be nice to let the cars pass him that are a lap above. So Darryl Callaghan leads the way, but he is one pit stop away from meeting the checkered flag as a measured driver in the field. He wouldn't be measured otherwise.
Wipers
disqualified. Just getting a bit of the dirt off the front of the car.
Yeah.
Matt Scholes is the corrected race leader to this stage. He's completed both his stops, and he currently sits 3.6 seconds ahead of Chris Blanchard in the Greg Murphy, Rick Kelly throwback livery for the Lap of the Gods and the Kmart Racing team.
That front also starting to have a bit of an effect, getting lower in the sky.
As I said, it's going to have an effect down at turn 1. He's right on the back of Hall.
Right on the back of Hall.
It's great to have you all watching along with us tonight as well. 40 concurrent viewers at the moment, 162 total views. We appreciate you guys watching along with us. We've still got 20 laps to go as Hall be feeling the pressure from Dave Arnie.
Here we go.
Job done. Got it pulled up. And Hall did not defend it because he doesn't need to.
Yep.
And even though Mick Clifton is slowly chasing him down, there he is right there.
Yeah.
He's got to put 5 positions over him. Because of the bonus point that Hall has, this now has to be a 5-position advantage for Clifton. That's going to be tough work in the final 20 laps.
Oh, I still want to see it happen. Like, let's box on, fellas.
That's what separates them. 4 cars. That's the difference, and where Clifton wants to be is where Hall is. And Hall has got to try and hang on to this car as best he can. Great racing from them. Great passing overtakes, by the way, by Dave Arnie and Chris Blanchard over the last few laps. Plenty of room given from Stuart Hall onto them as well, but what a move from them both. Abel Verben has got to be the next one to really take the risk, and then Nathan Favero, Michael Quain.
Verben looks like he's getting closer and possibly in that shooting range. They keep the car under him. Marble's starting to build up, a bit of gravel on the road here and there. The rubber line as you go through the dipper.
Now onto the back stretch and towards the chase. Verben continuing to put this pressure on. But Hall is not wavering. Is he 18 laps away from his first and his team's 6th championship in V8 Vets, or has Mick Clifton got something to say about it? by letting Accelerate Sim Racing become the first team in Vets history to win 2 splits in 1 season. That's what's on the line for him right now. No one else has done it.
Took a while to recover.
What's that?
Nothing. Any Toth off track? No,
It's not a good night for Ernie down the order.
No, he had a couple of disconnects through the night, so poor bugger.
Tell you what, Clifton's actually dropping pace here now. Actually lost some time to Joe Mahoney, so this car's starting to hurt.
Last lap around, Clifton did a 2:09.5. Paul at 2:09.7. Quite enough yet.
Burns is starting to chase down the top 10 as well at the moment. Nathan Ferrer saying we can skip lap 32 apparently, so I'm just going to click onto him.
Oh, we might just hang on to him.
You see he's running strong at the moment, just trying to chase down Verben and hold off Michael Quain. Quain's actually had a very strong night tonight. Might be a sneaky opportunity to drive of the day. That was a mistake for Vero. And that is going to cost him. Quain is now all over him and putting the pressure on him in towards Forest Elbow. He'll get out the other side. Can he hang on to this thing, though, down the chase? Nathan Favero trying to hang on to the podium sim racing car with Michael Quain on his heels, who's having a driver of the day worthy performance today is Michael. Favero into the chase now. Catches a bit of curb. Keeps the car going, though, and continues to push on. It was only a minor mistake. If that was all it was, don't really know why we were looking away.
No, that's right.
Maybe it was lap 33. Maybe he was 1 lap off. I doubt it.
Davani still on the back of Blanchard. Within 0.2 of a second as they go back up the mountain.
He's just slightly poking the nose. Not willing to put it in just yet. Just teasing up and towards the braking zone of turn 2.
Can Davani get him onto the podium?
Well, right now he's on the podium.
Blanchard hold him off?
Right now he's on the corrector podium, remember? Because Callaghan needs that stop.
Yeah. What an idiot.
And what a great race this has been thus far. For a lot of drivers in the field, they've tried to put all the pieces together and find themselves in a little bit less than hot water. Themselves in a positive racing position, of course. Blanchard still trying to defend P2, corrected P2 to Dave Arney. Michael Quain continues to put pressure now onto Nathan Favero, Joe Mahoney behind him. Then it's Mick Clifton and James Boardman. And unfortunately for Clifton, he's not getting the wriggle on that we mentioned. But remember, we said he's got to try and get the job done past Mahoney by about this point. He's not done it. And the car is not showing that it doesn't look comfortable. It doesn't look pacey.
Yeah.
That's the struggle, I think, for Clifton at the moment.
Last lap around was a 2:10.1. So, just slightly off pace, just not 100% comfortable in that car. Quain having a great run with
Quain's
Favero
having a great
there.
job.
Nice to see him having a good crack here too.
Been a long while.
Top end of the town.
Been a long, long while for Michael Quain.
Oh, Brooke on Western, and he gets the move done. Oh, look at this little pack.
Looks hungry.
Taylor Clark.
Oh, Andrew Listener with a wild ride across the grass.
Yeah. Duddle goes through. Vigor goes through. Lovegrove having a look.
All these cars are actually all sort of error appropriate, Brett.
Yeah, they are.
Lovegrove, Listener and Duddle. These are all early 2000s cars.
Yeah. Oh, even I'm in there. Look at me go. I'm down in 25th.
Go, Brett.
Although
Up 13.
up 13 spots. That's
Most-
not too bad.
Would be most positions gained if not for Daryl Callaghan.
Yeah, well, that'll be relinquished.
Well, he's actually projected to come out of pit lane behind you.
Oh.
So could be another one on the table.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh, no, now you're actually dropping, so you've got to find some pace now, Brett.
Am I dropping?
You're dropping below that. No, you're dropping below the cut line of where he'll come out of pit lane.
Right. But I'm close. Look how close I am
You're
to
on him.
Lovegrove.
Yep.
Right on his ginger. That's what it's like every lap. Then coming down here was
Just feathering the throttle.
into the dipper. Oh, thank God I got through there. Get on.
Joe Mahoney will finally actually now get out of the way of
Yeah.
McClifton here. So actually he's just moved over for him to give him the spot and allow him through. Oh, Nathan Vivero's made a mistake into the chase. Oh, and he's rejoining
There you
right at the
go.
racing line. Super slow for Vera. Where's Baldwin going to go? A bit of contact.
Oh, that was an unsafe rejoin if I've ever seen one.
And he's nearly actually collided with his own
and he-
teammate.
Oh, airplane. Oh, nearly three. Now we're going to go 3 wide just to mix it right up. No, he's back out of that one. Burns on the inside. Chapman. Takes out.
So Clifton
wild.
now up to P6. Blanchard. Oh, Dave Arnie, contact! In towards turn 2. Arnie's gone in the wall.
Oh, damn it. Oh, I feel bad for Arnie. He was having a cracker.
But think about where we sit right now. Mick Clifton all of a sudden is only 2 positions away from Stuart Hall. He's got 2 cars between him. The Pelican of Dave Arnie for Pacific Esports Racing has gone into the wall. It is a Pelican on the side of that car, not a Bull.
This is becoming interesting. 35 laps of 49. What it's tightened up that mid pack a little bit. Dave Arnie still dropping. Down behind Adrian Zeal now.
So now 2 positions away. Mick Clifton has got to put this car either 5 positions ahead or have Stuart Hall drop off the podium and get to the race lead. It'd take a safety car for him to get to the race lead,
I think
but
Mick
it's not
Clifton
over just
sent
yet.
I think Mick Clifton sent someone around to Stuart Hall's house to try and figure out a way to unplug his internet.
Dan Callaghan's in now. So final stop for Callaghan. So
Wouldn't that be really bad?
That'd be horrible.
Imagine that.
So Matt Skulls
All
into
of a
pit line. Matt Skulls into the race lead. Sorry, 7 seconds over Blanchard. Race Control have called that an NFA, by the way, down at turn 2. So
Right.
Blanchard is clear in the water to ride forward in P2. Hole now up to P3. Verben into P4 as Mario Reali has an off-track down at the chase. That car's been off the road.
Wild things are starting to happen.
Top 5, by the way. This is the best that the Camaros have run all season, by the way, Brett.
Yeah.
Top 5
Yeah,
locked
look
out
at-
by Camaros.
Oh,
Clifton.
Nearly
Oh, nearly got the job done. He's in P6
Yeah.
at the moment. Joe Mahoney, P7. Baldwin is into P8, but he had that minor contact with Favero. How is that affecting the car? And then Chapman and Burns makes up the top 10 to this stage. At the moment, Mick Clifton is not doing enough. Stuart Hall would win the championship if we were to finish like this.
we want more. We want more. Imagine if you're Hall and you all of a sudden heard this outside your window.
These races must be going for too long because Brett Fisher's starting to lose his mind, it seems.
What do you mean starting to?
You already have. Parody, apparently.
It's good to see.
It's like here in the chat. Yeah, maybe we found some parody. Who knows?
Good to see Mick Clifton, though, having a crack. He's trying to keep his championship alive here.
What more can he do outside of having Lady Luck on his side? Maybe needs Stuart Hall to find some dramas, find some heartbreak, or maybe a safety car would bring him back into it.
Oh, here we go. Having a look there.
Oh.
I mean, he's up 7 spots from where he started, so he's giving it all.
He is giving it all, but he's not quite able.
Abel Verben.
Continuing out up in P4 at the moment as well.
Favero. Weston getting past.
Oh, he's still battling with Weston.
Yeah.
And Weston and Taylor, the teammates, starting to push on. And this is good for Taylor's run in the Battle of the Bretts this season. A finish here would actually lock out that win for him, Brett.
Yeah. Yeah. It's looking
on to season 29. Have another go.
Yeah.
That's what I say. It's a good season next season. A lot of European circuits. But there's a lot of limiter usage up and around the circuit, of course. Turn 3 as well. It's a hot spot for it. As they're running towards the cutting once again. And Weston just continuing to put the pressure here onto Favero.
I'm glad to see there's still plenty of battles going on. Oh, actually, I'm having a crack at Lovegrove there for a second. Don't think I've done it.
Oh, go Brett!
Oh.
Go Brett!
Yeah!
Oh, they got the job done! Oh, what a move!
Yeah!
Come on, say the line for us, Brett.
Oh, look at me go.
No, that's not the one. Come on, it's go me.
Go me. Sorry.
There we go.
Go me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a pass from Brett Fisher on Derek Lovegrove for P22. Most positions gained though, Brett. Up 16.
Oh, look out.
Maybe a nom on the way. Maybe a nom. Who knows?
Clifton on Quain.
He's right on him. On the tail. Down towards the chase. Can he get the job done? No, he's backed out of it.
Wow. Quain, like you said before, Quain having an absolute corker of a race so far. Just trying to hold off Clifton. Oh, both of them get a bit of a wiggle out of the last corner there.
I'll tell you what, now that this car has lightened its fuel load, it looks so much more alive, doesn't it, Brett?
Yeah.
And it makes you question the fuel strategy that he pulled earlier on. If he had pulled a different one, if he had taken the lighter load that we mentioned he should have, where would he be right now? Would he be in a better position than what he is?
What could have, would have, should have been? Always the questions you can ask. But he's going to still get hungry. I mean, races are going to race. They're always going to want to try and improve their position. Callaghan doing the fastest lap of the race so far out of everyone, a 2:08 black.
Take a breath. Take a few breaths. That's the differential between the championship lead and P2.
Yep. Clifton closing again. Down to 0.2 of a second off the back of Quain. He's also got Joe Mahoney on his tail. Oh, that's a great shot as they come over Skyline. Down into the dipper. He's still there. 0.2. What, Quain is holding this pressure really well. Clark and Reynolds taking a position away from each other and up and down and around. 0.17 as they come down Conroy Straight for the next time. Can he do something this time? He's gone.
He's
the
there.
other way this time.
He's there to the inside of the chase. Mick Clifton, can he get it done? Michael Quain is going to try and hold him off in towards the braking zone. Michael Quain, what a move to defend that!
But no, he's still
still there.
Wow.
What a defensive effort. Quainey might be getting a Christmas card at this point.
Oh, I'll tell you what, and look at Mahoney buying back into this quarrel. This is a fantastic battle, fantastic racing by Quain.
Think about as well how difficult it was earlier in the race for Halil Cesar to get past Michael Quain as well, Brett. Think back to that moment and how important that was. Michael Quain is driving by far his best effort we've seen from him in a good few seasons as Clifton is right on his tail.
Bit of Morse code on the rear bumper there, but we'll have a look at Mahoney right behind Clifton as well. So you know he's going to pick up the pieces if this all goes to custard.
Well, if it goes to custard, you don't want it to scramble and you don't want it to curd up. You want it to stay as silky and as smooth as ever. And it's going to start to drag the likes of Boardman and Co into this as well. So they run it through Solomon Park. Up towards McPhillamy.
Great view. What a great view that is. Going back over Skyline. Clifton's not as close this time.
Nowhere near him.
But has he got anything?
Oh, that's smoke up ahead. That is smoke up ahead. That's Dave Arney. Dave Arney has just had a moment in front of them and has nearly made contact with them as well. That was so close.
That car is very hurt.
You see the wheel movement, the bumps that are down the straight. Got to keep the car stable.
Closing.
He's not willing to go for it.
No. Oh, he's done the switch. Nah, he's had to back out of it.
10 laps to go. 10 more laps. And with a gap of we have 9.1 seconds. He's got to get past Quain, and he's got to outlap Stuart Hall by a second a lap.
Yeah,
as the laps go by, the chance goes away.
I think at this stage, the only thing Mick Clifton can hope, and not that you hope anything like this happens, but something drastic to happen to Hall. That's about his only saving grace. He's done everything he can. Yeah, he's done everything he can to go up the list as far as he can. He's had a great
I would
battle
say he
here.
hasn't. I would say he hasn't, Brett. I'd say he could have done more today. But I think with what he's done and what he's had, he's done the best he could with the plans that he put in place.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, look, we all make mistakes, things like that, and he's still, I mean, he's still having a good run.
He's having a great run.
Yeah, he's still up 7 spots from where he started. He's chasing down Quainey over the top again. Can he close that gap? Seen him close it a few times over this sector. Oh, Quainey a little bit wiggly. Quain's got to be feeling the pressure too. Like this has been pretty intense for Quain. Clifton's, really been hammering on the back of his car. And Clifton ran a little bit wide.
Oh, he ran wide.
He hit the wall.
Yeah, he hit the wall. Is that it? Is that now done and dusted all over? Because now it's out to 1.5 seconds after the pressure pot has now exploded, and that's damage on the front of Clifton's car. I have a feeling that's it, Brett.
Yeah.
Because that car is now carrying damage. It's further time loss, and it's another lap lost that he hasn't gotten past Michael Quain. Pressure's now gone.
Cooker is over and done with.
But this is where Stuart Hall can't afford to make a mistake now. If the pressure's now off him, he's now got to put this together for the final few laps.
Yeah, hold it together now, Hall.
The James Boardman will now start to put pressure on Joe Mahoney. in the battle between the Race On Oz car and the Infinity Motorsport car up towards turn 2.
Looks like Clifton's car's not handling as good as it would, as it did before. Mahoney having a little poke there. It's probably smelling blood in the water.
Quite possibly. As we stated before, don't get it twisted. Those Shell cars are not teammates. They are on different teams. They're just running the same base retro today. It's often at times, I think, Brett, you've got a similar route as me now, where I try to go a little bit eclectic if I can. Just so there's no matchy-matchy out there.
Yep.
And I tell you what,
a little bit left to center.
I tell you what, the way that Matt Scholes is driving today, Brett.
Yeah.
If this car is on the field next
really
season, for the whole season, we may be looking at a 3-time champion. Because this guy is driving right now as best as he ever has. As best as he ever has.
We haven't focused on Scholes very much throughout the race, obviously, but he's been ticking away. He's got an 8-second gap lead on Blanchard at the moment. Blanchard's had a great race too. He's up 4 positions. So that's a really good run for him. And he's got 8 seconds over Hall. So Hall down 1 spot from where he started, but he's done everything he's had to do. And it looks like at this stage, without any further drama, he might be taking that championship cup home.
We'll see. It's an important one for that team, an important one for him. Whether the man from the Yarra Valley can get himself a championship. For Boardman, he continues to put the pressure on Joe Mahoney for this position. He is carrying damage on board that number 7 car, and we will see this car return next season. Same with Mahoney in this split 2 field. Both drivers have done enough, so they don't need to pre-qualify. They're not finishing in a position that would mean that they would go up or down. They both sit in a great position.
Fastest lap of my race.
That's a good lap, Brett.
I couldn't for the life of me get a decent lap out. Nothing. I was something I said before. I was about 2.5 seconds off pace. It was ridiculous.
Or maybe next season's another chance for you to get back into it.
Yeah.
Put it all back.
I definitely need something to sort of click and my pace to get better, you know.
Well, who knows? Who knows what needs to happen for you? You know, not that I think this is the case for you, Brett, and what needs to happen for you, but often we might find that drivers will get comfortable in the position they're in, the team they're in, whatever it might be, and then all of a sudden they have a team change, and it's a resurgence of form, it's a resurgence of passion once again. So, I don't know, maybe it's finding someone new to your team, or maybe it's finding someone to have a bit of coaching with or get some new ideas off of, and that might help you find the pace that you need to get the car back up the order again.
Yeah. And just look at things a little bit differently, you know, like Luke Hallman, even my brother's sort of really picked up his pace over the last season or so. Brad Doble.
I'm sorry, just quickly. All-time comment, since we're riding a ball with Tony Chapman. Any final total calculation on how many laps Tony Chapman has done this season in practice? I've heard it is in the millions at this point. I've heard he's ticking around the 3 to 3.4 million range in terms of practice laps. Done great for his pace. He's struggled at times, though, with those little 1%ers that we've previously spoken about. Brett, we spoke pre-race on who we maybe think could be challengers next season. We mentioned Tony Chapman as a driver who we think needs to take the next step by just tightening the screws a little bit on the racecraft and those 1%ers. If he does that, he'll then be someone that could challenge. But he hasn't really shown us yet that he's got the prowess to do that at a consistent level.
And as we talked about earlier, Hamish, you know, Scholes obviously one to watch out for where he lands next season.
Even his teammate Paul Burns as well.
Paul Burns, definitely Paul Burns, yeah.
You mentioned
Callaghan.
Callaghan, he's someone to watch. Halil's going to be one to watch too. in terms of how he lies. A few drivers I'm intrigued to see how they go next season. Andrew Lister's one of them, obviously new team. That's going to be something that'll help him. Todd Duggan, new team, obviously back in a team again for the first time, but in a team that is trying to do teamwork things, which is something he hasn't had for a long, long time. So how will that affect his season? As well to Matt Day and Joel Oosterval now that they've joined LMV Sim Racing as well. There's a lot of drivers that I think are going to be in a better position than what they may be right now. Will they challenge for the championship? I don't know. Will they be able to improve upon where they've been racing? Quite possibly. Oh, apparently Callaghan's not entered for next season, actually. So he might be having a season off, I believe.
Okay, righto.
So that puts a line through his name.
Answers that question very quickly.
It does, but there's other drivers, he wants to watch.
The other thing to note this season too, for a lot of the rounds, the qualifying times, the racing, everything that has been going on this season has been so close. I feel this season is probably one of the tightest and closest time-wise that the whole pack has been. I mean, I think we saw nearly the whole field within a second of each other once or twice over the season. And there's only been a few outliers, but it's just been great to see one of the hottest contested splits, I think, in V8 Vets. Very, very interesting to see how next season sort of starts to pan out. What comes down, what comes up?
Oh, Brett, it's not just one of the most contested or closely contested splits in Vets. I think it's one of the closest contested splits in the world of sim racing in terms of leagues. This is one of the closest splits you'll ever find in terms of racing in leagues across the whole world is Split 2. And this is why. It's so tight and so close. Oh, my man, we don't know what sort of sims the aliens are playing with. They might be in the trillions of seconds, who knows. Mahoney started to turn it on, though. He's actually now gotten past Clifton. So there's another spot lost, and I have a feeling that Clifton may have now conceded this championship to this point with what will only be 5 laps to go when he crosses the line and not nearly enough time to chase down Stuart Hall.
Yeah, and I think he's got a hurt car, so that's not helping.
He's trying to nurse it in case something happens. That's what he's trying to do, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul Burns! Oh. Paul Burns, a crucial mistake at Forest Elbow. That'll drop him out of the top 10.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh.
We do know, of course, that the championship positions are not going to affect the promotions for next season, or will not reflect rankings either. Remember, it's been previously based upon best 6 performances.
Yep.
And then whether they may seem or think that you're actually either underperforming or outperforming yourself.
So what you're saying, Hamish, is that I could be promoted?
If you consider a Split 3 a promotion, Brett.
Oh, that's harsh. I resemble that remark.
Who knows where the cards will land?
Yeah, Yusuf Corvitas putting the fastest lap down of his race with a 209.110. Lovegrove 209.429, fastest lap of his race. As we come to the conclusion, we're getting close to the conclusion.
The sun's now starting to come out, by the way, up at Griffin's, so that's going to start to be blinding the cars as they come around the corner. Apparently you're buying, Brett, in the pub test.
Oh, righto. Shouts on me. Which Brett is he talking about?
I think you.
Taylor.
No, he's talking about you.
Gotta love it.
So Mick Clifton at the moment just settling in for the final few laps. His final few laps in Split 2, at least for 2 seasons, it must be said, Brett, because obviously he'll finish P2 in the championship. You go to his best 6. He's actually the number 1 seeded driver in Split 2, so he's all but guaranteed to go up to Split 1. As we previously mentioned, it is based on those best 6 performances, and then they've ranked them depending on where people will pre-qualify. we know that there are two names on the list that we can wholeheartedly say to ourselves that, yeah, they're going to be in split one. Based on previous outcomes, Mick Clifton and Stuart Hall. But best 8, sorry. So, best 8. So, they've actually confirmed for me, sorry. It is best 8. But this round is droppable for your best 8. So, it means that those that missed this round, so Kokoschki, although he's not racing, Chad Weiger, Simon Heddersheet, all that, will have an opportunity to possibly get up to split one.
Clark getting past Vero. Verben doing the fast lap of his race. Wayne doing the fastest lap. Brooke doing the fastest lap.
They're all finding some
and
fast
here we go.
laps.
Here's a pass.
Corfidis will hang on to Favero to that stage of their race. And Chapman just starting to chase down Boardman now. Brooke in behind as well. Good pace from those lads. We know there's some pre-season qualifying to come for next season because of those that have done less than 6 races in a season. Remember, you do 5 or less, you have to do pre-qual. So there's definitely some split 2 drivers that have to do that. Brett, namely the likes of Steve Grumley, Joel Oosterval, Pete Baxter, who was injured, who had surgery earlier in the season, Lorne Mackay. Quite a few drivers at the lower end of the championship standings will have to pre-qualify their way back into split 2.
Yeah.
But some will have pace to possibly go to split 1.
The other thing to think about too for people listening to the broadcast and everything like that is that if you do want to get involved in this sort of stuff, there are many ways you can do it. I mean, race control. We're always looking for race controllers. You don't have to be over 40 years of age to get involved in that, and that is a great way to get involved. Even if you don't have all the gear and all that sort of stuff, you can actually still be a part of what you see on screen right now. The other thing too is also some of the teams might even, if you've got iRacing, things like that, looking at spotters and or people that can help. What do you call it, Hamish?
Spotters,
but there's another word for it too.
Crew chiefs.
Crew chiefs. That's what I was thinking of. Crew chiefs. You could crew chief for someone, get involved in a team. All that sort of stuff. There's a whole heap of ways you can get involved.
Whole heap of ways.
Yeah.
I mean, Infinity Motorsport, we have myself and someone else who crew chiefs. He's of age to race, but he doesn't race, so he crew chiefs instead.
Yeah.
It's always an option. I'm not of age.
And some people...
so I crew chief, but I may not even race at all. Who knows?
Who knows?
I'm still 12 years away from it. As Andrew Lister has just had a moment down at the final corner. Brett Fisher, you're involved in a tight battle here with Callaghan and Lovegrove as well. This is all happening between you guys. Not to mention the pressure that Clifton's under up and around turn 2 with Boardman riding behind him. It's all tightening up in the final few laps of this 300-kilometre finale race at Bathurst. Verben continues to pressure championship leader and current champion-elect Stuart Hall. Think about that, though, for the run, and I'd like to hear your opinion on this, Brett. Obviously, of course, I have some level of team owner bias on a Thursday night compared to a Saturday night when we're broadcasting this, but I want your opinion.
Of course you do.
Well, as we all do for our own team. I want to hear your opinion on this. The fact that this team has gone from season 22 to season 28, they have won a championship in at least one split in 5 different seasons across the 8 seasons or 7 seasons we've ran in Gen 3. That's a pretty good achievement, surely. I mean, only 2 seasons the championship, and one of those seasons the championship would have been won if not for excruciating circumstances, but that being last season.
It's obviously, your records are proven. You're doing the right thing. Obviously, whatever you're doing, the team is doing the right thing and getting results. I mean, that's the numbers don't lie. Paul Verban doing the fastest lap of their race now. So the lap times are still falling. So 2 laps to go. Corfidis getting past Clark. Burns.
Oh,
Getting
Bourbon.
past Clark
Oh,
as
sorry.
well.
Bourbon's dropped a spot here. That
Oh.
car's got damage on it.
That has got damage, definitely.
And I reckon that's
Clark in
happened
pit
up and
lane.
around the dipper. As Roy Clark said to come in, I reckon this has happened up at the dipper. Because that car was not damaged on its entry to the mountain. It was fine. He's going to keep it rolling, though, for 2 more laps. That's dropped him out of that battle for the top 5. Is Nathan asking? I think Nathan's asking how many drivers in Infinity Motorsports. Currently, for next season, it'll be... 8 drivers, 8 or 9 drivers, 8 or 9 drivers next season.
Not like Shadow Racing with 16. Pity the painter.
You are the painter.
I know. Very good. It was coming to the closing stages of this lap of this race. What a season it's been. Season 28, V8 Vets. Currently looking at Stuart Hall. Bourbon looking to do something.
As they go on the braking
Great
zone of the
race from
chase.
Bourbon.
A great race from Abel Verban, it must be said. I mean, a phenomenal race from him. There'll be 1 more lap to go here of Mount Panorama. There you go. There's all the drivers' names of Infinity Motorsport. Thank you, John. I think it's John. It's either John
White
or
flag.
someone else. White flag, though. Final lap of the race. Final lap of the season. As they run around turn number 1. And up towards turn 2.
Quine.
That's
Mahoney
big for
on
this
the
race.
charge.
That's a good race for Joe Mahoney to get that job done.
Oh, Quine whipping out there for a second.
What a season it has been for a lot of drivers in this field. And I mean, what a championship it's been run. Would have been different, obviously, if Stephen Kokoschke could have been here till the final day. That would have completely changed who could have won this season.
Not taking it away from Scholes, though.
No.
He's had a cracking race as he comes to the dip of the last time. Nearly 8 seconds out in front of Blanchard. So it looks like at this stage it's going to be an all Camaro top 3.
Top 4. I mean, it's unbelievable the season that these drivers have had. We haven't seen Matt Scholes in a few rounds, but he comes back and he comes back full firing. The season 18 and season 25 split 2 champion. One of only 2 drivers to win 2 here in split 2. It's a 2-2-2. And come up towards the final corner, and for car 800 it'll be another race win. And P1 on the day here at Mount Panorama as he comes through Murray's, and it's the win after 300 Ks to Matt Scholes of 801 Sim Racing. Christopher Blanchard will come home on the podium for WKMP Sim Sports, and Stuart Hall, 3 in 5, 6 total, first for him, Vets champion of Split 2 for season 28. And the run continues with this team in even-numbered seasons of the Gen 3 era. What a drive from him. Abel Verban home in P4. Joe Mahoney, what a drive to P5. Michael Quain, Mick Clifton, P2 in the championship. Commiserations to Mick. What a season he drove. Statistically, without drop rounds, he would be the champion, but drop rounds are there for a reason. He comes home P2 in the championship race. Tony Chapman ahead of Ben Brook. And James Baldwin with that damaged car still brought it home inside of the top 10 there, Brett.
Yeah, well, that's good effort. Do that. What a season. what a great race. Unfortunately, it wasn't as close as what we hoped for a nail-biting finish, but congratulations to Stuart Hall taking out this season 28 championship.
His first championship. This season he took his first win. And to his second win as well. And what a drive from him. Unbelievable stuff. Worked it to perfection today. You might even say that it was a boring race for him. But he kept it tidy and he kept it clean.
He did what he needs to do, and that's all you've got to do.
Exactly right.
He played the game, played it well. And now we get to look forward for the celebrations of the championship, and then we move on to season 29.
We're going to Driver of the Day award vote happening at the moment, as well as Stuart will line up to try and get a burnout done up at Skyline. There's a few cars still trying to finish up in behind him as well, so he's trying to get this car lit up and burned out up there too. Oh, but Scott Weston just made contact with him. It's actually ruined the celebration.
Oh no!
That's all she wrote on the celebration, apparently.
Oh, wow.
Back to pit lane he goes.
That's
what a shame for him. But what a season it was. What a championship it was as well. That is the championship won, done and dusted here today too. We will let you guys vote for Driver of the Day. We want to hear from you. Learn who you think deserves Driver of the Day in the final round of the season. We wait for our podium finishers to come and have a chat to us. Whilst we wait for that, well, it's a long one to get through, but it's one that the only way we can get through it is by starting. And that is, of course,
how do you eat an elephant?
Well, it's one bite at a time. For the post-race highlights, brought to you by SIMRIGS here today for round 10 of the season. And it was a hot race start for Matthew Skulls here today, which found him lead us away. Horrid start for Dave Arney, dropped him a spot early. And put him down the order initially off the start line. This was the moment for David Duddle. Up at turn number 2. Missed gear. And an issue for him as he went down. Clobbered straight in the wall. Tried to pull it up. Held the brakes well. Everyone came piling in though. And then for Rick Viger, as he came through, he got caught up in some other dramas.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Yep.
And then
that could have been a lot worse for a lot of people, that.
Could have been. We then had this moment here. Todd Duggan and Paul Burns were battling side by side up towards turn 2. Bit of contact between them. He came through. And very light contact from Corfiadis saw Duggan in the wall.
Yeah.
And that car was not happy. And then this was the moment on Skyline for him as he actually came back to pit lane. And up and over the hill. And he will actually blink out here for a moment, I think. But it's just barely pulls it up. And then in the barrier as well.
Oh, and gasses it up.
And this was Pete Kelleher down at Skyline as well. Oh,
that's all locked up.
It is. Let's try and get a better view of that one for you.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
So he already hits the wall. Car's then broken.
Yeah.
Down the hill. And it did not want to continue after that. Oh, that was actually the lap prior, sorry. So we'll actually go.
Oh, well.
Actually go back
There
again.
Let's
go backwards here. So this was over Skyline. And just too tight on the entry.
Oh, yeah.
And banging the wall. Very, very tough. For him, Travis Brand, this was his moment. And this was up and around towards Forest Elbow. This is when he put it in the wall down here, you'll recall. And just straight in there. And then Jeremy Bush would come round. He had Ernie Toth not too far behind him as Jeremy would actually come around. There you see Travis parked up. Doesn't know he's there. He's trying to get out the way. And around goes Jeremy.
Oh, that was Toth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I gave Toth a nudge as well, not knowing he was there.
Then we had Todd
was
Duggan
awkward.
as well, having a moment down at the final corner. Just caught the curb into the wall.
He's not at all.
And then we saw this moment of Peter Kelleher. We thought maybe umming and ahhing about the safety car. That's how that car went off the road. Blown engine.
Oh, yeah.
Not a good one for him.
Finishes his night.
It does indeed. Yusuf Corfidis, Darryl Callaghan. They got into it in Darryl's final race for at least a season.
Oh, the car just went straight ahead.
And then we kept it pretty neat and tidy after that for a little bit. And then we got to this moment here. The blown engine for Halil Cesar. This is what brought out the safety car. This is right on critical lap. His teammate in behind him gets it all sorts of cross-checked up under brakes. There goes the engine. Bobbing nowhere to go. Contact finishes him off. Wasn't much more you could ask for.
That car has no pedigree anymore.
You, sir, need to love and cherish your wife for putting up with your jokes because...
All right, I know. She doesn't put up with them, I'll tell you that right now. Does not put up with them at all.
So he wasn't able to tow back to pit lane. I think this was just cars getting backed up here before the restart it was. That's fine. Then we had this wild moment up at the top of the hill for... Oh, actually, no, was this just Travis Band slowing up to let everyone past him? I think it was. It was. Because this was actually the moment prior that we missed, but was a wild ride for him. Up and around. Oh, my God. So actually that begins with Travis Brand already being off the road. Let's try and get a better view of this if we can. So he ends up off the road. And as he comes back, just clobbers the side of Andrew Galley.
Would not have seen that coming at all.
Nowhere to go. And this was Dave Arnie's moment. So remember I mentioned the race control deemed this an NFA. This is why, because Arnie's the passing car to the outside. Blanchard gave him plenty of room. Unfortunately, Arnie didn't. And then that's where contact's made. And Arnie goes off the road.
Yeah. Just need to give him a touch more room there and it would have been fine. That's a shame. Because he was having a great race, Dave Arnie. That really killed the cat.
Well, and then this was a scary one. Because this is down at the dipper. So he actually goes in the wall. And then wouldn't you know who's not too far behind, but actually the race leaders. So Matt Scholes wouldn't be too far away from him. Comes past. Then you got the likes of Blanchard and Hall. And Arnie's actually started to move at this point. He's trying to move, and those guys come past. And then you get up to where Clifton is. And this is where it gets really scary for him. There you see Arnie's now moved. He's now over on the other side of the road, but unpredictable.
Yeah.
And that was round 10 of this season.
Oh.
I know.
What are we?
I know. First driver we're going to chat to today is going to be P2 in the championship. Not Stuart Hall, our race winner and championship winner.
What are you doing?
It wasn't race winner, it was our championship winner. It didn't let me. It doesn't let me bring it up for whatever reason. We get past a certain point, it doesn't let me bring it up. So instead, we're going to chat to P2 in the championship in Mr. Mick Clifton here today. Mick, welcome in. Congratulations, P2 in the championship. Just wasn't able to get it done on the final day, unfortunately. Lacked a little bit of pace out there. Were you comfortable in the car? Visually, it didn't quite look like it for some of the race, but before you actually put damage on that thing towards the end there, you looked fired up in that car once again. Did it start to come alive late in the race?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I think I felt a lot better later in the race. I wasn't feeling it early, so I just cruised around and tried to save fuel, and then I put too much in the second stop.
Well,
so I think that cost me a few seconds and probably shot at Stewie.
Well, obviously, a very, very good season for you. Really only one very bad race. That was back at, I believe, I want to say Mexico, because I think where you had your P33.
Mexico.
Apart from that round, I mean, every Australian track, you did great. right? Fantastic finishes all round. Was there anything more that you could have done today, or maybe at any other point in the season, that you think would have made the difference in trying to win this championship?
I think Huey had the pace on me, and Steve for that matter, but just overtaking people. I got to get that a bit better. Got to throw it up the inside, make it work.
Well, I think you've taken incredible gains this season. I mean, I was looking at your average finishes compared to the last 5 or 6 seasons. I mean, you've gained 10 positions on your average finishing, right? You've gone from a person who averages 14 to 16th, to a person who averages 6th in a single in a single season, and that's incredible. We often speak about, Brett and I often speak about the 1%ers, right? There's 1%ers that's the difference maker in winning a championship, is the little 1%ers.
Yeah.
I think you may have hit the nail on the head. I think the little 1%er for you is having the confidence to go for moves, because we saw you wanting to make moves on Quaney for ages, but you weren't able to push and get it done.
No, I had a couple of cracks at him.
You did. Yeah, you had some proper cracks.
Wrong side of the track.
Yeah. So do you think they're the little 1%ers that you've got to really polish up if you ever want to try and win this again, or
I think so.
Yeah. Because I think you've got the pace, definitely, and obviously you've got the consistency, right? You've been super, super consistent. I think, Brett, I'm sure you'll be able to elaborate on this too. I think just looking at how the car was today, and maybe even a couple other times this season, I think, that the 1%er for you is that maybe overtaking confidence, or the thought process around how you're going to overtake someone, or where you overtake them, is maybe your difference maker going forward. It might be the next thing that you do to obviously take the next step to winning the championship, possibly.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I try and just put pressure on the people in front of me to get past them, but I've actually got to start making moves now.
Yeah.
These fellas are getting too quick, and they don't make mistakes.
Yeah, and people are getting better at fending off as well, And I think the other thing that probably didn't help you, and you, I'd say you definitely agree, was just unfortunately your qualifying. If the car was a bit higher up in the on the grid, that might have given you a bit better fighting chance. Just a couple of little mistakes here and there. And I mean, look, the one lap I think was great.
I loved it.
Because it put,
I just got a bit scared over the top side. Just backed off a bit, and that cost me.
Yeah. And they say, winner will win it,
that's
and
it.
Sometimes,
if you touch the wall, it's last or way back.
Yeah.
So I just didn't want to touch the wall.
No. Well, I mean, you did what you needed to do. You had the car on the grid, mate. You still drove a great race. You still came up in positions. I think you did a fighting job, and you had a great season. So, well done to you, matey.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks for that.
Yeah, Mick, it was an incredible. It was an incredible season. You had, so as well, you had Stewie sweating for the last week.
Yeah,
he was sweating, but
he's too cool for that.
but you drove a great season, Mick. And I think that if you ever come back to Split 2, which I mean, I could see you being in Split 1 now for a few seasons at the very least. I think if you come back to Split 2, or when you come back to Split 2, however you want to look at it, you'll obviously take some learning from this. You'll improve for next time, and you'll be into it to have another crack again. I mean, it's very hard for someone to win Split 2 in their first attempt of going to Split 1, and you don't feel any worse off because you haven't done it in one attempt. It's taken other people a lot more than that previously. So take it as learning, take it as improvement.
Until you told me it would have been the first time a team won Split 1 and 2.
Well, I said that. I'll have to. I mean, I can double check it. I'll double check it. I think it is. If the only other time it may have happened, no, Gamble didn't win it for WKMP. He only ever won it for ERT. So I was going to say if he won it at WKMP whilst Reg did it in Split 3, but I don't know if anyone ever has. I will double check it, but I don't think anyone's ever won Split 1 and Split 2 specifically. I don't know if a team's ever won 2 splits at once though. That definitely would have been a history maker if that did happen. But still though,
I had a crack.
History can still happen for you though in future. You may come back to us in a future season and have another go again. I mean, your teammate Brad Hayes won't be too far away from Split 2. I'm sure he might even be with us next season, taking your place with Lorne if he doesn't pre-qualify into Split 1. So who knows? But I'm sure if and when you come back to us, Mick, I think you'll be as good as you are now, if not better. And take the learning of what the driving experience is like in Split 1 and see if that can help you win the championship in Split 2.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Send him off, push him up there, and lock the door.
Yeah.
Well, Mick, is there anyone? I don't know if Brett could have made it any ruder. But Mick,
I'm sure I could have.
Sure you could have. But Mick, is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to before we let you go here today?
Yeah, just Stewie, too good, mate. Congrats on the championship. And Infinity, congrats to you, Hamish, and your team. And V8 Vets League and Solar Guard and XSR and Abbey Timber and all my sponsors. Just had a great season. Loved every minute of it. Even loved Queenie at the end there.
Well, Mick, it was great to see you challenging and battling for a championship this season. I know it's been a very long time coming for you over here in Vets. Hopefully, I get to see it again in future for our very selfish reasons of seeing you try and win the Split 2 championship.
Yeah.
But if it's not for a long time, I hope you enjoy your time in Split 1. If it's for a short time, then we welcome you back whenever that may be. Best of luck next season, Mick. Congratulations on your success this season in P2 in the championship for XSR. And we look forward to seeing what you can do up in the top flight for your first time next season.
Yeah, cheers, Hamish. Thanks, Brett, for all
No
your
worries,
commentary
mate.
and everything. Been great watching it all.
Thank you so much, Ben. And hopefully you can tune in next season to see how Brad and Lorne do in the second tier.
Yeah, for sure.
Very good. Thanks, mate.
All right. Cheers, fellas. Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
You too. And finally here today, he started the season, Brett, without a team. And he's finished the season with a team and with a championship. It's a pretty wild storyline for you and for him
Yeah, I know.
to do that
It's
as
a
well.
problem,
I
'cause-
have immediately interrupted you, Stuart. I do apologise. I'll let you get back to
I was
Mick in a
just
moment.
talking to Mick. No, that's fine. We were talking before anyway. So.
That's all right. That's all right. But I was mentioning just then, started the season without a team, obviously. Previous team folded. You came into it as a privateer. You end the season with a team and with a championship. When you rolled up at Bathurst in round 1, Stuart, did you think your season was going to end like this?
Oh no, I thought I would have a reasonable crack at the season, but yeah, Bathurst just didn't quite go my way. I didn't roll the dice and I didn't have anybody helping me out there, so a lot of the guys that pitted early was the way to go.
Well, even then, during the times of struggle this season, obviously, I mean, if you think back to the first run at the Bend and then Phillip Island, obviously those stresses were things that obviously put you to the test before your ultimate highs of obviously winning at the second run at the Bend and then winning at Oran Park as well. What was the lowest moment of the season for you where you thought it's over? What was maybe the highest point of the season where you thought we've got a proper chance at this?
Oh, I never had that point where I thought it was over. Like, I know you've always got 2 drop rounds in there. So, yeah, what was it? The Bend started in neutral, so that was a bit of a bummer, that one. But, and then had those couple of wins, and then you think, I'm in the chance now. I've got a good chance of doing this one.
Well, I mean, it's amazing how sort of quickly it can turn around or how quickly it can come about for you, obviously. You return to Split 1 next season. I mean, I didn't actually realise you were in Split 2 seasons ago and you only did 1 race and went straight back up to Split 1 when you pre-qualified there. So obviously you're off Split 1 pace. Now that you return to Split 1 with a team around you, a teammate in Split 1 to help you as well, does that give you a bit more confidence going back to Split 1 this time around, or are you hesitant to see how it's actually going to be?
No, I'll always try and do my best, but there's just too many fast guys up there these days.
What are you saying? You're not fast?
Not that fast.
You just won a championship.
Yeah, it was nice back in split 2 here.
Well, Brett, is there anything you want to say to Stuart before we let him go today?
Yeah, push him out, lock the door, see you later.
I don't want to go. I just want to stay back in split 2. Like, it was good fun, clean racing. We had 6 different winners for the whole season. So, yeah.
I just want to say congratulations, Stewie. Fantastic. Well done. You did everything you needed to do. You covered off well. And mate, congratulations on the championship.
Yeah, thank you, Brett. And thank you and Hamish for the broadcast. They've been awesome all season.
I hope you tune in again next season, Stuart, now that you're in Split 1. I hope you just come back for the love of the game now to watch Split 2.
I might be able to get a few in.
Very good. Well, Stuart, is there anything that you want to give a shout out to before we let you go here today?
First of all, yeah, I'll give a shout out to Matty Scholes for the race win and Blanchy for coming second. They did a bloody good job. Mick Clifton, yeah, he was good to race with and just put on a really good show for the whole season. Thank the race control team. They do an awesome job, and everybody else that in the admin side of V8 Vets. Probably should thank the sponsors for my team. Blackheart Designs, Infinity Broadcasting, Watton Mechanical, Tuned X Drift Academy, MPI, Motorsport Parts Australia, Driving Sports, iRacing World Challenge VRS. And yeah, just thank you guys.
Well, we appreciate you, Stuart, and we wish you the best of luck in your return to Split 1 next season. Now, as a Split 2 champion, congratulations on your championship win. Best of luck next season, and we'll see what happens now that you get to have a crack at Split 1 again. This time without a crew chief with you, but with a pretty talented teammate and another former champion in Shane Randall.
Bugger, I can't do it without the crew chief.
We'll have to find one for you then. Well, thanks so much, Stuart. Best of luck next season.
That was awesome. Thanks, Hamish.
No worries. Thank you so much. Well, Brett, what a season it's been. What a championship it's been. And to run through very, very quickly the final race results for the season, it was Matt Scholes ahead of Chris Blanchard and Stuart Hall on the podium here today. Brett Fisher, you were the hard charger of this race, actually up 17 spots. Matthew Scholes led the most laps. Callahan had the fastest lap of the race as well. Scholes went from pole to race winning today. Verban and Mahoney made up the top 5 to Michael Quain and Mick Clifton ahead of Tony Chapman, Ben Brook and James Boardman for the top 10. Scott Weston then finishes ahead of Brett Taylor, Wade Reynolds, Yusuf Corfidis ahead of Paul Burns, with Rick Viger, Darren Goosey, Dave Duddle, Andrew Lister and Darryl Callaghan for the top 20 in the field. To the second page, you find Brett Fisher, Andrew Galley, Derek Lovegrove, Mario Reale ahead of Nathan Favero, Adrian Zeal, Matt Monday, Jeremy Bush, Roy Clark, Halil Cesar for the top 30. Towards the final page of Travis Brand, Annie Toth, Dave Arney, Todd Duggan and Peter Kelleher was the first of the non-finishers here today as well. Well, we've got a few things to quickly run through at the end here, Brett. We have to announce our driver of the day. And the driver of the day that has been voted on by the chat out there has gone the way of old mate and sons Michael Quain here today, in a great drive and a great effort to come home in that top 6, outperforming his previous best this season. That is a hell of a drive for Michael Quain. So congratulations to Michael. Congratulations to that team as well. They'll be hoping for a strong run in season 29 when they return once again, I'm sure. It was a great drive from him to the driver of the day award here today. We've got a few things to run through before tonight is over, though. The first thing, of course, is what you can look forward to next season. One thing it is next season's calendar, season 29. It's been put together by Jamie McKnight. The calendar is subject to change, of course, but this is what it's looking like for next season. Snetterton for round 1, Bathurst, we return to it for round 2. This is now actually the most used track in Vets, Brett. It's now surpassed Phillip Island. Road America, round 3 to Ursula in round 4. Circuit de la Sarthe at Le Mans for round 5. Exciting news in the Season 4 update blog for future iRacing updates. They finally scanned the Bugatti layout of Le Mans, Brett. I'm super excited for that when that finally comes out. We can take the supercars to an actual good layout of Le Mans for racing and broadcasting alike. Le Mans La Sarthe is going to be great for racing. It's going to be an interesting broadcast for next season. You don't want to miss it. Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, the round that I'm probably half most excited for alongside one other next season. I love motorsport. That's going to be fantastic for round 6. Round 7, Silverstone Historic Circuit for 250Ks. Variable weather in that one too. Belle Isle for round 8, the one that I'm most excited for 200Ks. To round 9 at VIR. And then the final round, 300Ks at Mugello. It's just always thrown up great racing for us. It's a hot season. It's a great season for season 29, Brett, and one that I think everyone out there should be looking forward to.
100%.
That's what to look for next season for round 1. 150Ks, 32 laps. Round 1 at Snetterton. You're looking for the sort of Mercedes Petronas colourway that next season appears to accidentally be based upon. So it's going to be exciting for next season. We appreciate everybody joining us here this season as well for season 28. I've been Hamish Munro with Brett Fisher alongside. We appreciate your time. Appreciate you for being here with us once again. Big shout out as well to all the series sponsors, of course, SIMRIGS, Logitech G, Paramount OCU, Play One Sim Gear, Project Fade, Streetwear, LGC Images, and M1 Used Cars, the Driver of the Day Award. Today it went the way of Michael Quain. Next time it could go to you. Be sure to help support us over on Infinity Broadcasting by clicking the like button, and subscribe, the bell icon too, so you're notified whenever we go racing. Next time on your docket, Monday morning, 9:50 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We're going racing with Highside Motorsports for the Safe Electric and Plumbing 150 out at Phoenix Motor Raceway. And then after that, it'll be their last round of the season, the Monday after, for the Charlotte Classic at Charlotte Motor Speedway. That's going to be a fun time on your docket for the next 2 Monday mornings. Be sure to help support us here on the Vets channel too by clicking the like button, subscribe to the bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing with the Split 2, Split 3 and Split 4 action. And also go help support SimSpeed TV, who do the live Split 1 action as well on a Thursday night. Go support them over on their channel as well. Brett, final thoughts before we sign off here today?
Thinking, no, can't wait for season 29. I'm absolutely pumped for it already. Oh, look out. It's going to be fantastic. Thank you very much, Hamish, for having me on board. Enjoyed it 100%. Hope you guys enjoyed all the entertainment so far this season. And, well, it's ending. And looking forward to jumping back in the booth next season. Should be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be incredibly enjoyable, I'm sure, for all of you to be involved with for the next season of V8 Veterans in season 29. You don't want to miss it all. It's all to catch live here on Infinity Broadcasting and the V8 Veterans YouTube channels as well. I've been Hamish Munro with Brett Fisher alongside. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your efforts being here with us once again. We'll see you guys next season as the song will sign us out. Stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
Behind us, engines whisper under the lights, names carved into steel and asphalt. Season 28, a battlefield of heart. This is Bathurst. This is where champions are made. You have to bring your game to win. Kokoschke, open like a storm, a Mustang built for domination. Then Adelaide struck him down, a season of power gone in a heartbeat. This is season 28. This is season 28, where heroes rise and titans fall, where chaos writes the truth. This is the league, where the mountain this is season 28. Season 28. Haunted in the shadows, Clifton carved lines with surgeon steel. Hall fell, rose, and became the comeback king. Day lit Mexico, then fought the ghosts. Blanchard led 17 laps, then walked through fire. Had a shade, found speed in the dark. Fate kept cutting the wires. Shadow racing Brett Fisher and Andrew Galley, two blue-collar fighters climbing through chaos. Every point earned the hard way. Every lap a fight. Midfield soldiers holding the line. This is season 28. This is season 28. Where heroes rise and titans fall. Where chaos writes the truth. This is the league. Where the mountain decides. This is season 28. Season 28. Faster Mackenzie, the quiet assassin. Callaghan, the pace monster. Rick Viger, the chaos agent. Goosey, the wild spark. Mulford, the heartbreak hero. Monday, the incident magnet. Real Quain Kelleher, names written in the margins of madness. Round after round the grid shook. Winton, Fuji, the Bend. Oran Park, Phillip Island, Adelaide. Every circuit took something. Every driver gave something back. Round 9 broke, the grid disconnects everywhere. Penalties raining down, titans falling, wild cards rising. The final round, the final flame. This is season 28. This is season 28. Where heroes rise and titans fall. Where chaos writes the truth. This is the league. Where the mountain decides. This is season 28. Season 28. 5 names at the edge of destiny. Hall, Clifton, Burnins, Callaghan, Blanchard. Who is going to take the championship? Who is going to take the glory? Season 28 ends in thunder. And in the end, the mountain decides.
Screaming, tires bleeding, virtual cubes, the The Racing Series is a new milestone in Logitech G.
All the great old wheels, the G29, the G920, the G923, they all have their own unique way of connecting to each other, but there's no room for expansion with those products.
So the question arose was, what if we were to give the opportunity for the racer to switch out from a drifting wheel to a GT rim?
With the wheel hubs that we've created, that's got a very specific button set, but you can replace any of the steering wheels.
And the real lovely aspect to this was we could give the user, driver and the racer the opportunity to experience different genres of race.
That allows drivers to craft high quality, customized setups that resonate with your individual racing style.
When we start with the design, we always start sketching. Very often, once we've got sketches, we start discussing with engineering.
We had 3 rounds of engineering testing or user testing where we invited in users from sim racing, and every single round of feedback we refine, the product based on what they tell us.
In the sim racing lab, again, we're going to use data to really analyze what a driver needs. We've used everything from eye tracking to the inputs from the pedals, the inputs from the, let's say, input devices, the wheel and the pedals, the shifter. We're taking that and we're compiling it so that we can build different products based on those individuals' needs for all consumers and all drivers.
I don't know of anyone else in the industry that's actually doing this kind of research into their products to see how their products are affecting performance of their users.
We've built the product to make sure that it's as reliable as possible.
So the innovations in engineering that I'd say we're most proud of is the sequential handbrake and shifter toolless changeover. This is now a patented system, so it's really easy for the user to just switch between modes.
If you give people the tools to do what they want, they will.
They will just go off and have fun.
Hey guys, sorry about the lack of videos lately, but I've been really busy down in Melbourne with SIMRIGS. I've actually built our first rig in Melbourne. It's featuring our new ASR chassis. So basically it's an ASR Pro with a Cubic QS210 motion system with a Cubic BT1 belt tensioner. I've coupled it with an awesome set of LG ultra wides. What you've seen before, these are the new brackets that I've made for the Cubic system to suit the ASR, and you notice it's really low to the ground. We got it really low to sort of match a real car, like a lot of motion systems sit quite high, and that's really annoying that you need steps to actually get in it. So now I've lowered it down, it's actually really low to the ground. And the awesome thing with Cubic is when it sits, it actually sits down like a real lowrider, and it only raises when it comes back and starts moving. Also on this rig, we've got the fantastic SimCube active pedals. Not going to get a better pedal on the market. Couple that with the SimCube Coral. We've given it the whole Porsche livery and the Grid Racing by SimLabs Porsche wheel. So that just ties it all in together. So it's an awesome build. I really love these monitors because of the semicircle. You just look at, you're fully encapsulated. And being ultra wide, yes, they are a little bit narrow, but with the 45 inches, it is taller. It is, I think, about maybe 2 inches higher compared to a 32 monitor. The color that you get out of them is fantastic. Really nice and deep, good blacks, as any OLED should be. That's it, guys. We've got heaps more builds that we're doing at the moment. Our ASR containers arrived, so you'll be seeing them on our website as well. So, till next time.